buttons. Where's the buttons? Okay, there we go. How? What? Okay. My Discord was apparently muted. Alright. Ew. Does audio sound okay to you guys? Because this is going to be the big question mark for this entire stream. Alright. So Badge is going to be a little late. But he'll join us shortly. So let's go ahead and get this up and going and see how temperamental my streaming is going to be with this. What? That was not it. You have to self make sure I'm not in the curtain room. There we go. Wait, what? Hello! Hello, Lucko. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Translation. Okay. Double checking to make sure subtitles is function. Wait, did the subtitles go away? No. I'll translate. There we go. There were English translations here earlier. Technical difficulties, yippee! Alright. Okay, so making sure you guys can hear me. I need to make sure the audio on the desktop can be heard, so let me turn that on. I'm gonna mute Mabby audio. So let me know how, if this is too loud, too noisy. I'm just gonna hit. That might be very loud. Okay, I'll say. Tell me that's like the best emote to use right then. Yeah, that blasted my ears out. Oh, jeez. Okay. Audio-wise, can you guys hear me over this as it's play? Oh, good. You guys can see my mouse. That's a good thing.
네. 여러분 지금 바로 20주년 겨울 쇼케이스 블록버스터와 함께 하고 계십니다.
Turn myself up for sure. Will do. So let's a little bit higher. Let me move my microphone right in front of me. That might help as well. Either make yourself louder or the video a little quieter. I can definitely do that. And hello, Vandal. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Well, I need to play the music again. Welcome to the Blockbuster Showcase.
상당히 촉촉한 시간이었습니다. 저도 감성이 젖어가지고 뒤쪽에서 한번 지켜보고 있었는데 이번 시간은 그런 느낌과는 좀 다른 느낌도 섞여 있는 여러분들이 굉장히 기다려주셨던 바로 그 시간이 돌아왔습니다. 2024년 마비노 겹.
So, quick question. Do you guys want me to try reading everything that they're saying out loud, or just let it play and then pause once it gets to the juicy bits? Because I don't want to necessarily talk over things if people don't want me talking over things. Let's go ahead and... I know there's a bit of a delay, so it's like waiting for someone to say something in chat. Also, I say talk over it. Okay, then I will turn it down a smidgen more on here. I won't back up to where the guy started, but do your thing. Now let's look at the Mabby Winter 2024 and the showcase that could be said. Okay. That can be said to be the core of a blockbuster. Now I'm going to just say I'm quite curious. I'm quite curious that they're referring to this as a blockbuster, and there's apparently something else coming down the road. Like, I think it's on the 12th of this month. But they have some big blockbuster thing. I think there's a new music video and whatnot. Tony, I was just asking if you guys want me to kind of try to read what's being translated. Obviously, the auto-translate's not perfect, and I don't understand Korean, so I have to kind of depend on that. So the best I can do is try to make sense of what the translation is saying. Okie dokie. So we're going to go ahead and move on forward. I will speak up on parts.
지금부터 만나보겠습니다. 여러분들 기대감 갖고 오셨나요? 마음속에 있는 그 기대치 뭔가 있잖아.
Did you all come with expectations? Oh, everyone had expectations for this.
과연 그 여러분들의 상상이 현실화될 수
Hi, Lucorius!
지금부터 하나 둘씩 한번 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. 지금부터 마비노기 디렉터님 우리 콘텐츠 리더님을 여러분의 박수 함께
Keep the CC. Oh yeah, keep the CC on. Welcome the Mabby director and the art dude.
일부 시상 때도 인사는 드렸었는데 그때는 아무래도 축하하는 자리라서 좀 편한 표정 올라오셨는데 지금은 뭔가 굉장히 약간 경직돼서 두 분이
Oh my gosh, the auto translate went off the screen.
지금 그 2부 되고 나서 더 많은 분들께서 온라인적으로 들어오고 있는 그런 상황이니까 그분들을 위해서 다시 한번 좀 인사 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 1부에 이어서 다시 인사드립니다. 마비노기 디렉터 민경훈입니다.
Director Min. Okay.
네, 안녕하세요. 마비노기 콘텐츠 리더 최동민입니다.
Content leader Choi. I didn't have names to those guys for the longest time, so I'm glad I got that.
겨울 블록버스터에 와주신 모든 밀레시안 여러분들 환영합니다. 현장에서 직접 반겨주신 분들도 계시고, 그리고 또 라이브로 일부 시상부터 쭉 시청해주고 계시고, 또 채팅으로도 반겨주시는 분들도 계시고, 굉장히 많은
Oh, right. Pausing real fast. So, probably you'll notice when I pause the thing, the little timer comes up. This live stream technically is like 3 hours long because it was a concert and then like an awards thing before it. We're just skipping all of that. We're just going into the meat of things. So you should... So just in case people were wondering, clarifying that stuff out of the gate.
있더라고요. 그래서 계속 확인하고 있었습니다. 20주년 판타지 파티 이후로 직접 만나 뵙는 거는 6개월 만인 것 같은데 10월 스몰 라이브 토크 방송 이후로 한 달 만에 인사드린 것 같아요. 물론 그 지스타 카페라던가 이런 데서도 만나 뵌 분도 계시고
Oh my gosh, that's right.
너무 제가 자주 뵙게 돼서 좀 식상하지는 않으시죠? 네, 알겠습니다. 10월에 소개드린 애니메이션 장송의 프리랜 콜라보가 지난주에 시작되었죠. 그래서 많은 분들께서 에린에 찾아온 프리랜과 추억을 쌓고 계신데 바로 다음 주부터 프리랜 콜라보
Helps that the government took over the game industry. Huh? Wait.
이제 에린에서 프리랜을 만나볼 수 있는 시간이 얼마 남지 않았으니까 끝까지 많은 참여 부탁드립니다.
Pause. Black Rosette, what do you mean? Because that has piqued my interest. What do you mean? The government took over the gaming industry in Korea? Move this over here so I can see a bit better. I will say I am quite surprised because has been 6 months since the fantasy party, and then last month we talked to them during their October live stream. Technically, that's now 2 months ago. So it is quite interesting having the devs kind of like talk to the players as frequently compared to years ago when it was like once a year. They kind of go, hey, here's our big showcase, bye. Due to the gacha and toxic community and there are more people online so much, the government has stepped in because of mass corruption. Interesting. Well, that's cool. As well as he's mentioning up, I like how the translate doesn't understand free run, but the free run crossover is currently going on in Korea, so we'll keep on moving forward.
네, 이제부터 계속해서 이어지는 제가 말이 너무 길었죠. 마비노기의 20주년 피날레 겨울 업데이트 소식을
Introduce you to the winter updates and Mabi 20th anniversary's finale.
사실 여러분께서 주시는 이 환호성과 박수 자체가 굉장히 부담스럽게 느껴지는 것 같아요. 과연
Oh, that's right.
내용이 나올지 어떤 업데이트.
Yeah, Nexon got in trouble for that.
굉장히 많은 분들께서 두근거리는 마음을 주실 것 같습니다. 그러면 영상이 기다리고 있습니다. 과연 어떤 내용이 기다리고 있을까요? 지금부터 그 겨울 내용을 영상으로 먼저 전해드립니다.
그러면 새바람 용병단의 마지막 구성원 밀레시아님까지 작성 끝!
정신이 없으면 헷갈릴 수 있지. 괜찮아. 내가 그 밀레시안 맞으니까.
처음 뵙는
The
분들
screams.
안녕하세요. 저는 무리아스의 관리자 레닌이에요.
그래도 난 이런 오빠는 없는 게 나았어.
Alright, now here's where I get to have fun. Alright, so here's our first teaser for G27. And from what I... Yes, yippee indeed. So, I'm just pausing it on the screen because this is the login screen / promo image. It's basically, this is the generations, or at least part 1 of the generation. And there's a lot of details just from like this screen alone that kind of gives us hints to stuff. I will back up to some of those quotes and things. There were comments and stuff that are, or terms are obviously roughly translated. But first and foremost, there is a very peculiar person, wait, you guys can't see my mouse, right here in the middle. So, the generation, from what I've seen translation-wise, it's called Garden of Comfort, or Garden of Ease, or Garden of Peace, something along those lines. So it's Garden of, like, Tranquility, or whatnot. Comfort's the one that I've been seeing the translation create the most of, when I was reading, like, what Korean players were calling it and saying. So I'm going to say Garden of Comfort. Please note that may not be the most accurate translation, obviously. We're all good there? Cool. Okay. So, with that said, so we might go Bible story? It's possible, because we are probably dealing with, Garden of Eden. Okay, that's actually... I didn't think about Garden of Eden part. I should have, because of other things that I've noted later on that I'll bring up, but, there might be some biblical ties to this. But in Mabi, we do have the 3 Trinity deities. Limerick is the main one that we've kind of always had present in the story in some regards, being with all the churches of Limerick, and especially with the last chapter, Etain / Enya is being the kind of the conduit for Limerick to help us out. Then, of course, Hemerich, the god of freedom and chaos, they were kind of the main antagonist or trial, I guess, is probably... Need to go redo too. Yeah. Always a good idea to refresh on these things. So, but we encountered Hemerich and kind of found out that they've been kind of in play since the very beginning due to the whole time loop thing going on throughout all of it. But then there's the third and final Trinity person that we have yet to see. Giamidiarch, which is a long, long name, Giamidiarch. Which, let me get my alt here and just spell it out for you guys in chat. There you go. Giamidiarch. The god of peace. So, now we have connecting themes. We have the term peace with, like, comfort, calm, tranquility, peace itself. Alright, so we might finally be running into the third Trinity, which, considering what happened with Hemerich, I'm kind of worried if we're going to actually run into Hemerich themselves. Or Giamidiarch themselves, I mean. Oh gosh, I'm going to be tongue-tied on trying to say their names. So we'll come back to this image a couple times. Because I can't quite cover everything because there's more information to be revealed in the video. But kind of first glance of, there's clearly, we have some deity figure in the middle here surrounded by this golden light and these golden wisps, even like a golden birds on this side. So, obviously something of significance. I will point out during part 1 of G25, we had a similar posing with Hemerich, and people were oblivious to it for the longest time. Not to mention the giant whale in the background that no one saw. So this may not be necessarily in part 1, it could also be in part 2. But then we of course have 3 new NPCs, which, out of the gate, all 3 are posed in very hostile means. I'm not sure if anybody has done like art school stuff or just kind of familiar with like posters and things. You can kind of tell who's bad guys, who's good guys, just from how they decide to pair things up or phrase things like on movie posters and whatnot. So right away, this dude, not trusting. Mr. Blonde with priesty looking dude, not trusting whatsoever. This guy at the bottom in blue hair, he has one of the new weapons, as many people have taken notice to that. We'll touch on those soon. And then of course the main one is this redheaded chick, which, here's Declan on the opposite side of her. He's looking back. Yeah, I think this is his sister. Just without even like looking into any of the background stories for her, so yeah, this is Declan's sister. Though I have to say, didn't she... Oops, I clicked. Wasn't she said to have died? Or just gone missing, or something bad happened to her, quote, quote. I'll have to go refresh myself on that, but I was under the impression that she was dead, and that's why Declan's like so aggravated about people getting hurt, and doesn't want to see anybody to possibly die and whatnot. So, let's bounce backwards real quick. This is going to be so tedious clicking. I have one question. Is every generation we've done so far like happening all at once, or is it going over in-game years? It is in-game years. So, trying to figure out how to demonstrate this thing real quick. Oh, here. I can do it this way. Turn off. So, oh, hello music. Map music. Actually, it should be muted, so that shouldn't be bad for you guys. So each of these generations happen one after the other. Like in G19, it even has a whole part about you reflecting on your past and all the adventures you've had up to that point. I actually do need to turn off Mabby's music on my end because it's super loud in my ear. Oh my gosh. So all the generations do go through kind of their own timeline. Not own timeline. They all are on the same timeline. They kind of just flow into each other. So you start off G1, youngster, and then you become the savior, Aaron, hero the goddess, paladin or guardian light, dark knight, etc. Then you go off and explore Iria for a while, and that's kind of wacky. Then the whole alchemist generations, then goes into Hamlet. Hamlet with Shakespeare, onto Saga, which, why is Saga not even listed in here? Oh, because it follows its own rules, that's right. But technically Saga should be between Macbeth and Divine Knights, and then go Divine Knights, Apocalypse, and so forth. So everything is on a singular timeline that just kind of runs in like just runs forward. We find out that with G25 there was a time loop that was going on, so that basically many heroes kind of went through G1 through 22 technically many times, but all failed. It was only until we, the player, so us, the character, finally got there, we actually kind of broke that cycle and moved further on the timeline than everyone else, and then finally just destroyed the time loop bubble and moved on forward. There was a time loop? Yes, I should probably make a big caveat in here that we're talking spoilers for all the generations. How do I describe this? What generation are you on, Vandal? That's probably a good question, because I'll try to avoid spoiling you too much. Yes, definitely spoilers. Let me fix that. Spoilers ahead. I apologize, guys. I kind of figure people were jumping in here for... I'm caught up, that's why I'm confused. Okay. So, with Hemerarch... Oh. You clicked past the generations. Gotcha. When you encounter Hemerarch, as well as Balor, both will kind of explain that there has been a time loop going on. And during like those last cutscenes of part 2 of G25, especially with Balor, you see that he's going through all these different little timelines, different scenarios where it goes, it reset again. It reset again. Oh, we actually made it here this time. This one shows prominent. It reset again. The poor guy was literally living a Groundhog Day. So, with all these... So there was countless, who knows how many loops that happened, until finally, we showed up. We, the player, the person who was actively playing on the account, they showed up, and they were able to basically break the cycle and bring an end to it. So yay! No! Not the ads! Are you out of ads now? No. I'll repeat it real quick. Basically, we learned in G25 Part 2 that there was time loops going on. Balor and Hemerarch and technically the other Trinities were the only ones really aware that there was time loops on. Everyone else just basically got reset back to G1 every single time a Militian potential hero failed one of their tasks. Well, there's still a lot more to find out there, but I won't go into all the little intricate, but yes, there was a time loop that was occurring between G1 and G25. So whenever the hero basically failed at any point, it basically reset back to G1 and started again. And so forth. That's fair, that's fair. A lot of people play this game differently. That's why I'm the lore person, so that folks know what's going on. Alright, let me get the video back up. So. But yeah, have to definitely double check for the key wording about Declan's sister. I'm confident it said she died, but I know just something really bad happened to her, and he's like traumatized by that. So her being back is a big uh-oh. And also I just realized people can't really see her because of chat. Oopsies. Here, let me shoot. There she is. Okay. Alright, we'll see more of her in a moment. Alright, so let's scooch back. So this is Ein speaking here. Oh no, this is I skipped Ein's part, but Ein was just kind of refreshing. We're a part of the Mercenaries of the East Wing Camp. There we go. That's what it is. Something she said at the end of Last Generation. Okay. Okay. You can get confused if you're not in your right mind. I am going to type this out on my alt just so that we... Wow, I can't type today, everyone. Confused if you're not in your right mind. Because, again, how this thing kind of cuts things off, it's rough. Okay, so you're the first to make excuses since I gave you that. So here's the full quote that I'm going to be posting here in chat for folks. Crew translations as it is. So you can get confused if you're not in your right mind. It's okay, I think it's supposed to say like you're not the first, but you're the first to make excuses since I gave you that in the Lichen. And that's for whom this guy is. Or the giant dude here that I can't catch in the video. Ah! There you go. This guy. Yeah, I think that's the peaceful outfit. I think we actually have that in game. So, that's that dude. Waiting for the translations. Reminds me of a wave character? Wave character? What are you talking? Oh, wait! Oh. I now know what you're talking about. Withering waves. Yeah, as soon as I thought about it for a moment, I realized what you meant. That's actually really funny. Okay, so this guy just says this. Mary is his manager, which we'll find out what Mary is in a minute. I know. So for both guy characters, if you can hear in the background the squeals, I laughed so hard when I heard those the other day. It's like, oh my gosh, people are thirsty. Better.
오빠는 없는 게 나았어.
Okay. So that one's her quote. It's better for me without an older brother like this, which that's kind of, gee, thanks for confirming. You're definitely Declan's sister. So, can I do that? I can. Ooh.
게 나았어.
Okay. Ah. Alright, so let me scooch her over here real quick. So that outfit, I know what it is. I just can't remember the name of it. I'm pretty sure it's called Peaceful. It's this one. There you go. Better colors. I am not even in screen. Oh my gosh. Okay. Scooch over. There. So she's wearing the Peaceful Bohemian wear. So it's actually really neat seeing NPCs actually showing up in like gachapon outfits. Because it's like, why not use them? They're great outfits. Use them for characters. So, yippee! So that's what that was. Let's go ahead and just lock that and move this back over. All the screens. All right. And we'll just There we go. It's also referred to as rock garden here in this translations, but again, a lot of the KR players referring to it as like garden of comfort, garden of ease. So garden definitely confirmed. So
그렇습니다. 마비노기야만 빼놓을 수 없는 그 이야기에 관련된 내용을 먼저 살펴볼 수 있었습니다. G26에 이어서 메인스트림 G27의 제목은 바로 안락의 정원이 되겠습니다. 사실 그 27에 대한 기대도 좀 기대 높은 걸로 알고 있습니다만 G26도 역시 여러분들의 많은 기대감을 축소시키는 그 다양한 내용과 함께 마무리됐잖아요.
네, G26에서는 이미 플레이하셨겠지만 아인의 데클룬, 셰프라 그리고 델가를 만나면서 수많은 사건을 함께 겪으셨을 거예요. 그리고 특히 이제 거대의 신수 푸아를 막아내고 앞으로의 위기를 해결하기 위해서 새바람 용병단을 정식으로 창설하기로 하면서 마무리됐습니다.
네, 충격적인 그 고니의 날개짓이 아직도 머릿속에 남아 있는데.
there was like no translation in that.
일단의 이야기가 시작처럼 마무리가 됐었기 때문에 그 이유에 대해서 어떻게 내용이 나올지에 대해서 많은 분들께서 궁금해하고 계실 것 같다는 생각이 듭니다. 한 분씩 한 분씩 우리가 사실 좀 살짝 만나봤어요. 이제 좀 더 구체적인 부분들을 한번 살펴볼 그런 순서인데 어떤 부분부터 한번 만나볼까요?
네, 가장 먼저 소개해드릴 인물은 페타크라는 인물인데요. 지금 BGM
Okay. Okay. All right, so this is wait, do they call him Peta or I think it's Patak.
이 흘러나오고 있습니다. 바로 이 페타크의
예, 페타크.
있습니다. BGM부터 풍겨나오는 느낌이 남다른 이 페타크는 자신만만하고 수상하며 전투를 즐기는 아주 강력한 자이언트 전사입니다. 그런데 티시스의 자이언트와는 사뭇
All right. Fast Peter. Okay, so I need to do this now. So let's see if I can get this to work. Copy. And I should be able to paste from clipboard. Hey, it works! Yeah! Alright, so Ptak, a powerful giant warrior who is confident, bold, and enjoys fighting. Okay, to quickly complain what this is. So the translation machine here, this word Sith here is actually Spices. So the developers make comment here. His clothing basically he's quite different from the Spices giants. So we'll just go back to the still image for a few minutes. So it's possible he is not even a giant, but he just looks like a giant, and everyone presumes he's a giant. A desert giant. Well, we've seen somebody. I need to scooch this over so people can see him better. We've seen somebody that has some details very similar to this guy, besides being muscular and big. And let's... Oh, I did not get a picture of this prep, so 1 second, you guys get to see me go into map wiki real quick. So, Sarang here is in my opinion, it has some very similar imagery as this guy. Mostly because the types of tattoos he has on him are very similar. That's not who I thought you were. Who did you think I was going to bring up? So, when it comes to, like, Celtic symbolism and stuff, when you have, like, these very tight knots together, to me that always is kind of a similar-looking giant. Oh, yes, that's the boss from the Chronicle mission. The tight Celtic knots are typically more Norse-related compared to like the Irish ones that are a bit more looser, especially when it comes to like tattoos on people. Obviously, there's mixtures and not 100% accuracy there, but just considering we're running into this guy who is clearly not a Physis giant, and we never heard of giants anywhere else besides this giant dude that literally yeeted a guy across the map. As well as like all the little like the, what do you call those? Like the teeth and daggers that are hanging around them, their necks. Teeth, the dagger, trinkets, bunch of teeth, doodads. It just seems similar, but it might be something new. They are referring to him as a powerful giant warrior, but they did, as you can see here, make comment he is different from the Physis giants. Isn't he a god or a demigod or something? That might be possible. Okay, let me scooch my screen back over real fast. That might be possible, because let me bring this up. So his name, let me bring this one up, the screen actually up. Oh, Badger! Badger, are you actually in here? There you are! Badger!
I tried camera bombing while you had the screen aside.
I failed to notice that. I just noticed because I was moving my screen and realized you were right next to me. Or I saw you in the preview window. Okay, sorry. Turn Badger up, please. Oh, right, okay.
I want to fight him.
1 second, Badger. So folks, there's going to be probably a little bit of echo for Badger because in order for me to play audio from browser, I have to use desktop audio, so that gets picked up all as well. So I'm going to turn on Discord audio, so Badger, go ahead and talk, but there might be a bit of an echo.
Echo.
How bad is it? Actually, it doesn't sound too bad. We might get away with it.
Any echo whatsoever.
Awesome, but I do need to turn you up. Okay. Huzzah! Thank you, technology, for being on my side today. Okay. I've been distracted from what I was trying to do multiple times now. Oh no, where is it? Stream day, here we go. There you are. So, He's in the mountain level of echo. Alright, so this is something that I saw a Korean player post up in regards to this guy's name. So this is just a wiki page for Fiatak Finn, a descendant of the Ungus Tunmek Temrak, which was, according to a medieval Irish legend, a historical traditional, basically the kings of Ulad. So this might just be where his name spawned from. Where they got the name from. Which was actually kind of a pretty neat little tie-in, especially with regards to being a king of Ulad. Mostly because right now with the storyline, we kind of have a contention and of who should actually be the people who run the place. Furbolgs or the Danons, etc., who are the inheritors of it. And if this guy is technically like a demigod, this would be actually a pretty decent caricature to build him off of. So there's that. Let me turn it off for now. Alright, Badger, are you able to watch the stream, or do you want me to stream my end?
I couldn't really hear the video while it was playing. So a stream might be appreciated.
That should work. Okay, and what if the Nordic gods are coming up? It is possible. However, Mabby has been pretty keen at sticking to all the Irish deities. They haven't really brought in any deities that are not from Irish mythology. But they have related to Norse deities a few times, as well as Greek. They kind of tie in aspects of the different deities into current ones. So it's possible they might meddle around with it. So it's not necessarily, we're not going to see Thor. We're not going to see Odin or Thor. Let's put it that way. We won't see those two show up. But we might see a deity, an Irish deity like the Dalga, have some traits that are very similar to Odin. Irish mythology has a very large pantheon, and there is a lot of overlap between the two, so we can definitely see kind of that crossover and mixture occur. As long as we don't get more Delgos that take it, well, we might find out more. Alright, so let me hit play, we'll continue moving on. So, Patak is a person who is confronting the Militian head-on for the first time in a long while. Or a long time based on the power he possesses. So he is very strong, apparently. But yes, he's going to be... I fully expect us to... is the K silent? I think, yeah. No, translation. The translation is wacky. It is... But, Patak. If you actually listen carefully to how they say his name, that's how they're saying it, is Patak. So that the K is there, it's just that K at the end. Yeah, translation derp. But, this guy is... I fully expect this guy, now that they said that he's going to take on the Militian head on. His introduction is literally him just, leaping in and just immediately throws us into a boss fight with this guy. No questions asked, he's just charging in, trying to beat the crap out of us.
Yes, please.
Oh, no. Let's see how well that goes for him. But he does have one of the new weapons. So he might actually be a lot stronger than us, and he might actually kick us out of the place. That could be funny. I think that hurt a lot of people's ego.
문장 하나하나가
There are some interesting words.
앞서는입니다. 라는 이 표현 자체가 과연 어떤 식으로 뒤집에 녹아 있을지에 대해서도 많은 분들이 기대감을 갖고 계시는 것 같고. 자, 또 있었습니다. 우리가 미리 만나본 분이 누가 말씀 주실까요?
네, 이번 G27에 등장할 네, 대린을 소개해드립니다.
Dayan.
네, 자기 주장에 적극적이고 선의를 추구하는 외강 내유 타입의 소녀입니다. 밀레시안 여러분께서
Assertive and pursues good intentions. When you militians have filmed it with someone you know.
바로 이렇게 스포를 당할지 몰랐는데 원래 이제 못 맞추실 줄 알고 지금 이 자리에서 자세한 얘기를 하기는 어렵지만
Wait.
이번 메인스트림을
Huh?
진행하는 데 있어서 중요한 인물 중 한 명으로 등장할 예정이니까 기대해 주시기 바랍니다.
네. 사실 아까 그 오빠 얘기가 좀 나오는 바람에 어느 정도 이 추하시는 분들 계셨는데 이 느낌을 아까 퀴즈 하시고 계셨어요. 어쨌든 뭐 잘 맞추셨네요. 외곽내유라는 그런 단어처럼 그 표현을 굉장히 재미나게 해주신 그런 부분도 있었고 그리고 뭐 분명히 여러분들께서 눈치채고 계실 그
He's talking too fast. Wait, what? I missed something there. There's something lost in translation here, but I need to take a screenshot of this real quick. Peace. Alright. Darren, a red-haired girl who is assertive. They say assertive twice in this translation. And good-willed, but soft on the outside. So, was I the one that thought they were... Wait, let me reread what they were saying here, because it was kind of odd, I guess? Okay, who will appear in episode 7.
네, 자기 주장에 적극적이고 선의를 추구하는 외강 내유 타입의 소녀입니다.
She's okay. Pursues good intentions.
누군가와
Wouldn't you militians have filmed it with someone you know? Huh? Badger.
What?
What's this wording is weird. Wouldn't you militians have filmed it with someone you know? That feels really out of place, and I don't know if it's translations, but considering how these guys act and the following stuff is a bit weird. So let me continue, and you'll see what I mean.
감지 않으셨을까요? 바로 이렇게 스포를 당할지 몰랐어요.
I didn't know I was going to get spoiled like this,
원래 이제 못 맞추실 줄 알고
but I can't in the first place.
자세한 얘기를
It's difficult to talk in detail right now, but she's
이번 메인스트림을 진행하는 데 있어서 중요한 인물 중 한 명으로 등장할 예정이니까
going to appear as one of the important characters in the progress of the mainstream story. So please look forward to it.
사실 아까 그 오빠 얘기가
In fact, since the story about that Opa? Wait, what does this mean? I've heard this. I know what's the term. I have to Google this. Older brother. There we go. Yeah, pretty dead giveaway story about that older brother came up. Alright, so she's 100% Declan's little sister. But how is she alive? Alright, moving on.
나오는 바람에 어느 정도 이 추하시는 분들 계셨는데
Came up earlier, some of you may be intoxicated or curious. Okay, I think it's curious. You were there, but it felt like a child when you took the quiz earlier.
잘 맞추셨네요.
아.
외곽내유라는 그런 단어처럼 그 표현을
Necromancy.
재미나게 해주신
Maybe.
부분도 있었고 그리고 뭐 분명히 여러분들께서 눈치채고 계실 그 누군가와의 인연이 어떻게 이야기에 녹아 나올지도 지켜보는 재미가 분명히 있을 것 같습니다. 그리고 저희가 뭐 말을 안 했습니다. 누구라고 얘기 안 했으니까 스포일러는 저희가 안 한 걸로 하도록 하겠습니다.
Pretend we didn't spoil it. So yeah, they pretty much outed, apparently. Like pop. Okay.
그리고 한 번 더 만나봐야죠. 네.
네. 소개해드릴 인물이 한 명 더 있습니다. 바로 레넨입니다. 친절하고 따뜻한 마음씨로 주변 인물들을 잘 돌보는 인물인데요.
He is kind-hearted, a kind and warm-hearted person that takes good care of the people around him.
또 자신이 존경하는
He is
사람에게
also
믿음을 가지고 있습니다.
has sincere faith in the people he admires. He is a person who offers a helping hand to Militians who are in trouble.
한데요.
This guy screams bad guy to me. This guy screams bad guy to me. Can we all agree this guy is sus? Resident of... Oh, and there it is. Resident of Brillac. Kind and warm-hearted. That's all they give us description-wise, too. No. We'll come back to Brillac here in a moment, but residents of a new location.
이번 G27에서 레넨과 어떤 이야기를 만들어 나갈지 기대해
What kind of story?
일단 채팅창에는
Oh my words. Okay, I would appreciate it if you could look forward to seeing how we make of it. First of all, there are people who have posted in chat. In the chat, well, I passed. What?
이라고 글을 올려주시는 분이 계시네요.
Oh.
도움을 준다고
Oh. Again, translation error, but I think it's basically I'm swooning. I think that's what he was conferencing.
마다시로 굉장히 매력적인 그런 얘기를 해주셨고 굉장히 착한 느낌을 주는 그런 본인은 분명한 것 같습니다. 그런데 못 보던 단어가 있어요. 이건 그냥 넘어가서는 안 되는 단어 같은데 브리데크라고 이게 그죠?
Okay, they're bringing up Brillac now.
네, 브리레은은 이번 G27에서 새롭게 선보일 신들의 도시. 네, 무리아스를 부르는 말입니다.
Okay, so we have our first look at this. Let's see if I can get this to work. Oop. Aha. Zoom in. I can't get rid of the search thing at the top, unfortunately. No. Yeah. Okay. That kind of backfired, so we'll just give up on that for now. So we have what looks to be a floating island, which yay, another floating island. Lots of vegetation up here, stairway, and then goes to all these crystals up in this area as well. And this is Murius, as it says down here. This is actually one of the cities of the gods. So we've only been to Phalius, and we were told of Phidias, which is the problem child right now, because apparently whatever fate befell Phidias is what's causing the problems with G26 at the moment. So, hearing we're going to a different city, the third city out of the four, first, before going to Phidias, quite surprising. Very surprising. I'm trying to pull up information real quick. As for the, and just so that everyone knows, all four cities are known as, we do know all four cities. It is Phalius, Phidias, Murius, and Gorius. We have not seen Gorius yet, nor have we seen Phidias. But, yeah, we jump straight into Murius. That is not going to get me tongue-tied.
무리아스는 챕터 3에서 만나보셨던 팔리아스 이후로 두 번째로 방문하시게 될
Second city of gods, you'll be visit after Phalius.
모든 신들이
Philia.
떠난 상태입니다.
All the gods have left for some reason. Right, now I got to grab. Half of it's off the screen! No! Come on. Okay, after Phalius, we will be visiting City of Murius. Okay, whatever. It's practically what he just said.
세대 많이 아쉬워하시네. 예.
A city abandoned by gods, but where someone lives. So that's kind of the curiosity question, is this place is been abandoned by the gods, yet there's people here.
네, 그래서
사실 이 느낌만 딱 보는 것만으로도 뭔가 좀 그렇고 언급 주신 것처럼 무리아스의 주민이 그곳을 부르는 이름이 브리데흐.
Okay, the residents, back up a little bit so I can read that properly.
뭔가 좀 그렇고 언급 주신 것처럼 무리아스의
As you mentioned, the name that Marius residents call the place is something like Brynla. It's like, oh my gosh. Let's do it this way. Sorry. Weird pop-up thing kind of causing issues, so. Alright. The people of this area call the place a Brilla, a place where new encounters and stories unfold. Alright, so this name, I actually have some information from another lore guru of the from our server, so let me bring that up. So, for those who know him, the wonderful Gu has these thoughts about it. So the name Brilla, which of course is translations are a little messy at the moment. It sounds like it's supposed. Bri, as in Bri, is a form of Bray, hillside, or Bri as in strength, vigor, like Brio. Leo, as in Leah, or pillar stone, or Lek, like as flagstone. So we have a couple variations of what this could be. I'm glad Gu also struggles with these things. It makes me feel human. So, if we go with how Gu has translations here, it might be a reference to like a flagstone brio, or pillarstone, or heartstone, or keystone. There we go, keystone brio. So, we'll loop back around to this in a little later, because there's a rabbit hole we'll be going down.
그래서 이곳에는 이제 방금 보셨던 레넨을 포함한 여러 인물들이 마을을 이루면서 살고 있는데 그 마을의 이름이 바로 브리레우입니다. 이번 밀레시안 여러분께서 이번 G27에서 어떻게 브리레우에 당도하시게 될지, 또 무리아스는 핀디아스의 운명과 어떤 관계가 있을지 기대해 주시기 바랍니다.
사실은 우리가 지금 유추할 수 있는 것은 딱 이 장면만을 보고 유추할 수 있는 거잖아요, 그렇죠? 브리레우는 단어를 좀 들었었고 뭔가 가운데 거대한 광장 같은 느낌이 있는데 이게 그냥 저런 느낌으로 있으면은 그냥 보여주신 건 아닌 것 같아요. 의미가 분명히 있어 보이는데 좀 더 말씀해 주실 게 있는 것 같아요, 그렇죠?
네, 맞습니다. G27의 새로운 무대 브리레우는 밀레시안 여러분들께서 공략하셔야 할 시기 던전입니다.
Alright, so that map is designed that way because it is actually a new dungeon.
네, 브리레우는 가장 높은 난이도의 던전으로 최대 8인까지 입장 가능한 던전이 되겠습니다.
8-person dungeon, yippee.
이 던전은 총 3개의 보스전으로 구성이 되어 있습니다. 그런데 기존 던전들과 조금 다른 점이
Wait. Did I just read that right? Haunts. Yes, haunts. Wait. Badger.
여러분들께서 공략하셔야 할
Yes.
I'm gonna try reading this as he's saying it, and then we'll translate what's being said. But
네, 브리레우는 가장 높은 난이도의 던전으로 최대 8인까지
news highest difficulty, 8 players can enter.
이 브리레우의 던전은
This dungeon is composed of a total of 3 reward battles.
그런데 기존 던전들과 조금 다른
Wait.
점이 있어요.
This is basically what I was wanting to. The thing that I was wanting to do or come up with. Basically, once you hit a certain threshold, you get rewards. Congrats! Here's rewards. Now you can move on and get better rewards, and then move on further and get better rewards. That's actually really great. If that's how it is, it might just be checkpoint rewards. Like, oh, yep, congrats, you made it through 2 phases. You only get 2 out of the 3 rewards, that sort of thing.
바로
However, there is a little difference from existing dungeons. The main battle is the boss monster battle, and the boss monster battle is the main battle. Huh?
등장하지 않는다는 점이
The main point is that no other monsters will appear.
그리고 이
Thank
부스터의
the no more wraiths. Thank God, I'm so tired. So it's like a ruined dungeon. And yeah. No other monsters will appear, and in order to attack these boss monsters, you will
다양한 아르카나의 활용이 필요할 예정입니다.
need to use various arcana.
있었습니다.
Okay, so let me screen this. Translate these words for all of us so I can we have better context. So it is Glenmyrna, Ancient Winter, boss battles, basically that difficulty or higher, and assigning roles between arcana. So this is utilizing your arcana rules to the max. Also, I know it's very hard to see in this image, but this is a horse. This is a horse that's like currently like leaping down. So there's a hoof here, head, tail back here, and hind legs. So having to fight like a giant horse, I fully expect there to be a knockback from this thing. And just seeing someone get yeeted across the stage after being hind kicked. And we do have some theories on what this horse might be, but we will come back to that once we kind of get all the context of the update in a little bit.
보스 위주의 혼전이다라는 이야기. 아르카나 간의 역할이 부여가 되면서
Boss oriented and basically it's
이런 단어만 들어도 뭔가 좀
various arcana required.
다르게 느껴지네요. 그렇죠? 네.
요것에 대해서는 조금 이따가 좀 더 자세하게 설명드릴
아.
자리가 될 것 같습니다.
네.
그리고 또 최상위 던전인 만큼 어렵겠죠. 어렵고 기믹에 실패하게 되면 행동불능이 되시거나 아니면 전멸하는.
So if you fail, you may become unable to act or be completely wiped.
될 것 같습니다.
아, 근데 이 부분에 대해서 지금 이럴 수밖에 없는 게 알잖아요. 그럼 뭐 다시 막 이런 생각 들고 이런 너무 뭐 괜히 이거 들어가서 막 스트레스만 쌓이는 거 아니야? 이런 느낌을 받을 수밖에 없을 것 같은데.
기존
Just accumulating more and more stress.
하시게 되면 처음부터 다시 시작하셔야 되는 경우가 있었는데요.
기존에는
이번에는 공략의 즐거움을 좀 더 저희가 제공해드리기 위해서 리트라이 기능을 추가를 했습니다.
이 트라이를
A retry function.
그래서 공략에 실패해도 바로
If you fail to conquer, you can.
다양한 시도를 재미있게 하시고 공략해 나가는 재미를 느껴보실 수 있기를 바라고 있습니다.
이게 아무래도 난도가 높다 보면은 실패를 안 하는 것이 사실 주목적이 되다 보니까 한 방향으로만 가게 되는 경우가 있잖아요.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, if you fail, you can re-enter where you basically failed at and keep trying and trying and trying until basically the party disbands. That's actually nice, if I'm understanding that correctly. It's kind of like the G1 final boss. When you open that chest before the boss room, you get the pass that basically warps you straight back there. The goddess pass. It makes me think of that and actually being fully utilized for an actual endgame dungeon, but just a bit more sophisticated. Promise stun as well at the end of the knockbacks. Yeah, time to pray Iron Will cancels out the knockback. I don't know why, but it makes me think of Magmel. It is very bright and lively like Magmel, isn't it?
답이 뭐 여러 답이 있을지라도 가장 확실한 답을 좀 가다 보니까 사실 뭐 즐기기가 좀 쉽지 않았을 텐데 말씀드린 것처럼 리트라이기는 있으면 다양한 방식으로 여러 가지 시도를 하고 이게 이런 식으로 하면 어떨까라고 또 새로운 시도도 해볼 수 있다라는 말씀이셨으니까
네.
아마 공략에 대한 그런 새로운 재미들을 충분히 이 리트라이를 통해서도 느끼실 수 있다는 생각이 드네요. 새로운 시도를 좀 많이 해주시는 것 같은데 그럼 아무래도 이게 보스하고 만났을 때도 뭐 우리가 뭐 이런 거 있잖아요. 뭔가
네, 또 이번 브리레에서는 세 종의 보스가 나온다고 말씀드렸잖아요. 이세
Sejong? Sejong's boss will appear. Oh, I think this might have just confirmed one of the theories that I had. So, let me pull this up. So, in Irish mythology, we have a bunch of Celtic horses of myth. So on the screen, I have something slapped on so you guys can get a idea of how many there are. So the N bar is already in the game, which is the Arabars, which are the winged wolves in Phalius, which makes sense. Kind of weirdly makes sense that they're already a divine creature within a city of the gods. But then we have Kelpies, which we do have those. They're running around Torrey Ravine. And then we have the last two, which this could be either one of these two. There's also another option that I will bring up here in a second. Hello, kitty cat, who just decided to jump on my lap. So there's Ladmaka and Du Shanlin. Yes, Fidget. Hello, Fidget. So Du Shanlin is the name we're going to stick here because of the coloration. Cuchulain's horse, also known as the king of all horses. So that might be the name of this thing, or it might be Earthshaker, an otherworldly horse that belonged to another Irish mythology hero, Finn Bacuhal. So one of those two options are very valid. But we also have another option, if I can bring it up. Oh, I actually did not say that. Okay, that's all right. Is this might also be Epona, or a avatar of Epona. So, before folks go, Epona, why are you bringing up Legend of Zelda? Epona is actually a Irish deity of horses and fertility. So, technically, it can appear in Mabby. It actually has already appeared in Vindictus, apparently. I was informed that the other day. So, this might be... We might see Epona of some sort in this generation. Especially considering the name of this place being like a flagstone of nature, or Brio, which Brio is like the spiritual energy of nature. Highly connected to spirits and whatnot. And the area being so abundant in liveliness that it makes sense for a goddess of fertility to be around this area. So there's layers to what might be going on, but that is just my first thoughts. But him saying Shigong's boss will appear, that might be something. But we'll move on. What do you think, Badger?
Horse.
Horse.
각각 하나씩 쓰러뜨릴 때마다 보상이 지급이 됩니다.
Each of the bosses one by one.
그래서 그것에 맞춰서
Oh, wait, I just realized. There's 3 bosses. So that's just one of 3 bosses. We don't know what the other 2 are yet. Ooh. That might be fun. If it's a different boss each time with completely different mechanics, players will have to really utilize or adjust and utilize mechanics. Badger wants to ride the pony, the big pony. So we introduced a new reward distribution. What? Wait. Why about a boss? 1 injury appears in. Okay. Injury box appears in for each part. What? When you open this box, you'll see on the screen.
근데 네. 지금 술렁술렁 하시는 분이 아마
왜 북마족이셔서 여기죠?
네. 네.
또 예.
그것은 예시 이미지고요.
예시예요?
런던에서 북마정이 등장하진 않습니다.
Demon does not appear in the brief.
예시랍니다, 예시.
이렇게 구상 아이템들의 전체 목록을 보시면서 각 아이템마다 파티원분들과
You will roll the dice with everyone in the party. The highest number will. Oh, Okay, it's basically
It's a loot system.
huh?
It makes me think of like a loot system.
Yeah, it makes me think of like Final Fantasy XIV's loot system. When you open up a chest, all like, here's the current loot. Do you want to roll for it? And you get the option to agree, need, or pass, and whoever rolls the highest is the one who gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard MMO loot system. Imagine another source for BME. Well, that might be a thing, but okay. I kind of hope they incorporate that with other things too, party wise. Because then it just comes down to the RNG roll and not like, I guess just kind of seeing that the rewards are present, that you know we're getting this item, someone's getting this item, instead of, does this item even exist? Where is it? I think you know exactly what I'm referring to when I say that, Badger.
Well.
It does sound better, but the thing is, there is also a lot of solo content. So how would this work with a player who is running solo? This obviously might be purely just for the new dungeon, but if they were to like use it in previous, like in Chrome or in Glen, for example, there are people who can like 2-man or 1-man, well, not 1-man Glen, as you know, but people can solo Chrome. So do they just get everything if it appears there? There's obviously a balancing act to it, but if things require parties of like a full party of 8 in order to even enter, I think that would be good for this sort of system. Because at least then you know they're like guarantees. But for something that technically you don't need a full party, let's kind of leave it up to the randomizations. I would like to see this for Alban Nights, to be honest, because I think people would really love a better chance of seeing, or the day everyone knows, oh my gosh, someone's getting a Dawnblade. Everybody roll for the Dawnblade. We got it. It appeared. The contribution thing only for the... Yeah, it's only for the new one right now. It's only for the new dungeon. Or don't think they're rolling this backwards just yet. You can give up on unwanted items and bid on all items at once. Also repair function. Okay. Okay.
훨씬 더좀 빠르게 체감 좀 받을 수 있을 것 같다는 생각이 들고, 확실한 것은 아이템 획득 방식에 이게 선택권이 생긴 거는 분명히 있는 느낌이 들고요. 그러면 이 표상의 던전이라는 말씀드렸으니까 분명히 여기를 우리가 또 보면은 뭘 얻을 수 너무 중요한 거 아니겠습니까?
네, 그렇죠. 이번 브리레흐 던전에서는 밀레시안 여러분들께서 너무 오랫동안 기다리셨죠.
Militians have been waiting too long. Oh.
뭐요?
신규 무기 풀 리버레이트 시리즈를 소개드립니다.
신규 무기. 일단 뭐가 나오죠? 어유.
이렇게
New weapons.
나이트 브링어 시리즈에서 보실 수 있던 양손검이나 스태프, 활같이
This is a step higher than the Nightbringer series.
사용하실 수 있는 신규 무기가 총 29종이 추가됩니다.
관련된 내용에 대해서 신규라는 것 자체에 대해서 굉장히 기쁨을 느끼시면서 하나둘씩 체크하고 내가 과연 무엇을 쓸 수 있는가, 이것은 나에게 어떤 적용이 되는 것인지에 대해서 집중력 있게 지켜보신 분들이 굉장히 많이 계세요. 그러면서 채팅창도 그것 위주로 말씀을 주시는데, 그런데 몇몇 분들은 그냥 기뻐할 수만 없어요. 내가 생각이 안 나는 것 같아 라고 느낄 수 있으니까. 그런데 아까 전에 우리가 29명이 오셨잖아요.
네, 지금 화면에는 지금 몇 종
We have 29
그럼 더 있다는 거죠.
items.
네, 그래서 여러분들이 오래 기다리셨던
Oh! So after the Gloomy Sunday, the demonic Gloomy Sunday, which you've all been waiting for a very long time. Dang, that actually looks really nice. So hey, look everyone. The new in-game bard instrument, a lyre.
God, how long have we been stuck on the Gloomy Sunday?
Forever. Like even when they introduced like the Milky Way stuff, that didn't outdo the Gloomy. The Gloomy always been the best instrument for some reason. And now for the part where people scream the loudest for oh. Yeah. I actually do think they scream louder later on. So, out of curiosity to everyone in chat, have we seen that green-orange combination before in the game? Because that's been something that's been kind of itching me at like the back of my brain saying, we've seen this color scheme before, we've seen this color scheme before, and I can't think of it. I look through materials, I look through defaults, Well, but besides being my color scheme, obviously, gosh darn it. Shit. Am I just that unused to seeing these colors that's like, wait, this is wrong. Why do I see this thing before? It's just me. Yeah, my old tribe said that it reminded him of an old set. Okay, so other people kind of saw something as well. So it might be like a default for like an outfit or something, like one of those gotcha outfits from way back when's color schemes that are preset when you first get them. It might have been that. Could be new weapon skins that have that color scheme. Might be it then. But I'm glad someone else also had the why does this seem familiar reaction. But anyway, this looks cool and looks like a mix between two different sets. Yeah. Yeah, it has. To me, it feels like almost. So obviously, let me get my mouse. There's like the angelic wings part here, but like these green parts make me think of like fins for some reason, like more aquatic. Just how they're designed. So, it's weird. Or that or it's like a flower petal-y, maybe. So like the flowers mixed with wings, which doubles down on the whole themes that we were talking about earlier. But it's definitely a unique vibe. And a healing wand. An actual healing wand. Who is that? Cutest puppet. Huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the thing we saw before and that deity that we saw was Delga. I know people thought that's Delga, but I think that's an image of a new deity, because that's usually what the marionette puppets are designed after. But if we dye it orange, it's basically you. Shoot, you're right.
Bruh.
Oh no. Oh no, that's horrifying. If someone comes running up with one of these marionettes and it's dyed in my colors, I'm just going to blacklist them and run away. Oi! Oi! Fidget! Stop. My cat's attacking something on my shelf. Troublemaker. Okay. Oh no. Ooh, guard cylinder and bolts, arrows. That stream lag. No, not the stream lag. Ooh, okay, that's a good shot. So yeah, there are quite a lot of new weapons here. As folks have pointed out, that Pitak guy in the promo image, he actually has the two-handed hammer. So, I'm really curious to see if an NPC having an endgame weapon is going to hurt us or not. As well as apparently this is called Soul Liberation Weapon series. But yeah, that would be a good way to introduce a new weapon set. Literally having the guy come zooming out of nowhere and just full on smack us with this hammer. They probably have it probably has piercing on it. Let's be real, it likely has piercing on it. So it just goes zhink. We're just gone. Rest in peace, all the elves. We're all just gonna get smoked. Lightbringer weapons. A weapon that can be further improve the performance. The best weapon enhancements will also. The best weapon enchantment will also be updated. You may not like this very much, but we are preparing for the possibility that you will be able to give a more powerful effect to the weapons than before and make up for the piercing through a new enchantment for weapons that lack piercing. Huh? Wait. A new enhancement for weapons that lack piercing to give them piercing?
My takeaway from that is that they're possibly trying to introduce more of a variety of weapon stats so that weapons aren't solely reliant on piercing to be quote unquote good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I would hope for that because it's kind of right now sucks that piercing is like you need piercing, everything must have piercing. So yeah, cylinders might have something better. Ooh, they might create variations for the different type. Apologies, the cat just knocked something off my desk and looked at me like I didn't do anything. Shush, stop. Yeah, create different perks to the different weapons. So yeah, guard cylinders, for example. Let's see, what can they do? Maybe they have something that, instead of piercing, which piercing goes tackles defense. As I look at Mabby to read the stat real quick. Yeah. Your butt out of my face, cat. Yeah, each level of piercing takes out defense and protection. By basically bypasses it. So maybe like cylinders, for example, those can bypass basically just be default magic defense and magic protection. Basically works the same thing. Wait, similar to how like what's the Dark Diviner skill that gives them piercing?
Seething Mana, I think.
Yeah, Seething Mana. Sorry, I'm not a Dark Diviner. I am an alchemic singer. That might be something that could be utilized. So then it kind of comes down to your playstyle then, which that's kind of where I want to see Mabby go to. What kind of playstyle do you want? And be able to have fun with any playstyle you want. So if they make it so that each weapon and talent basically has its own unique stat that helps bypass defenses or does more damage even when there's high defenses, or applies dots, or a variety of different things, I think that would make people kind of spread out more in the different talents and have fun, especially when the Arcanas come rolling along. Because the Arcanas, right now, of course, we only have a small selection, but we're going to have a larger repertoire of arcanas at one point, and folks are kind of going to be leaning to the ones that they like the most play wise. So being able to say, oh, I can play as Dark Diviner and still be able to do XYZ and not have to worry about piercing. Even though they don't really have to worry about piercing. But Harmonic Saint, you can be a saint but still be able to like have the perks of still playing with whatever, like the ninja set you have, because you're able to apply like a dot because of it. So you're able to apply debuff hell with a shuriken while still being a Harmonic Saint, that sort of thing. Yeah, it feels like they are shifting towards Endgame Con to be more role focused, like Theta. Yes, they are, especially because of the Arcanas. It is becoming very role focused, which is okay. Mostly because we still have the option to change those roles. We can do any of those roles that we please. That's one of the things that OE, in my opinion, sets Mavi apart from other MMOs, is you're not kind of locked into a given class or role or talent. You are able to adjust, you're able to change, you're able to do whatever the heck you want. Even if you need to pick a role at one point, hey, that's up to you what you want to be. It's not you're automatically delegated, well, you're the healer no matter what because you picked the healing class. You can switch to be a DPS class if you want. You can switch to be the tank class if you want. Just the freedom of choosing. So anyway, we paused here. This is a new enchantment, or the new blessing, and I actually read about this before a little bit. This basically is a new holy water, or holy flame, and you get extra stats. You get different stats. You get different perks.
사용할 수 있는 소모성 아이템인데요. 풍수를 사용하면 장비와 캐릭터 사이에 강력한 바인딩이 생기면서 전투에 도움이 되는 다양한 효과 중 하나가 부여가 됩니다. 이렇게 바인딩이 된 장비는 거래 불가 상태가 되지만 성수 효과는 전용 횟수에 영향을 주지 않고 제거를 할 수가 있습니다. 그래서 비교 쉽게 다시 거래 가능 상태로 변경할 수 있을 예정입니다.
이거 나오자마자 많은 분들께서 이렇게 읽는 게 아니라 바로 오른쪽으로 시선이 그냥 바로 꽂히시네요. 바로 내용들을 빡 보시는 그런 느낌이. 또 있을까요?
네, 다음은 우리아스의 유물입니다. 팔리아스를 통해서 얻을 수 있었던 유물보다도
And now we have a Murius relic. Alright, so how I understand the holy water thing, the new holy water, is instead of putting normal blessing, which reduces the rate of durability loss, or a holy flame, which gives you a chance at a random stat, this new one gives you a chance at a larger range of stats that are a bit more hefty in numbers. But it's a reward that drops from the newest dungeon, so it's not going to be as a common commodity as holy flames and holy water. So it's kind of a something to improve upon, like your blessings and holy things. Yeah, like an extra artisan effect, and you can re-roll them and change, try getting something better, but obviously it'll take time. And this relic actually enhances Arcana skills.
강력한 유물을 이번 무리아스에서도 얻을 수 있습니다. 무리아스의 유물은 이데아 상태에서
So now we have a
아르카나 스킬과 관련된
more reason to use your demi.
하나가 부여가 되고 보관한 유물은 팔리아스 유물 슬롯에 장착할 수가 있습니다.
지금 굉장히 설레는 얘기들이 많이 나왔어요. 그래서 여러분들이 그 설레는 마음을 마음껏 표현했는데 그러면서도 약간 한 구석으로 느낌이 있을 거예요. 그게 사실은 이렇게 보상이 세면 난이도가 너무 높지 않나 라는 느낌을 받으실 수도 있을 것 같아요. 난이도에 관련된 그런 궁금증이 있을 것 같고요.
네, 난이도는 물론 도전하실 수 있을 만한 최상급 난이도를 가지고
So
있는
just
거고요.
recapping the dungeon real quick.
던전을 소개해드리면서 하나 말씀드릴 게 있는데요.
네.
이번 던전에는 새로운 기믹이 있습니다. 그래서 이 새로운 기믹을 돌파하려면 기존과는 다른 새로운 역할이 필요하게 되겠죠.
여러 가지 단어 자체가 빌드업이 되는 상황인데 분명히 너무 어렵다, 너무 힘들다. 그 힘든 것을 뚫어내기 위해서 새로운 역할들도 필요하고 그 역할들을 진행할 수 있을 만한 그 누군가가 필요하다는 얘기로 난 들리는데요. 그러면 굉장히 많은 분들께서 얘기하시는데 이게 무슨 얘기 같아요? 굉장히 긴 문장을 한 단어로 축약해서 말씀 주시네. 그렇죠? 여러분들이 생각하는 게 그거죠? 그러면 과연 뭐가 맞아요? 이 내용?
네, 일단 앞으로도 다양한 아르카나들이 계속 등장하게 되겠죠.
네.
그래서 각 아르카나에
Various arcana will continue to appear in the future,
전투 포지션의 확장이
enriched with different characteristics and roles.
그래서
네, 그래서 바로 새로운 아르카나입니다.
아!
그래서 이번 겨울 새로운 포지션의 아르카나와 함께 신규 던전에서 또 다른 경험을 제공해드리고자 합니다.
새로운 아르카나의 등장. 아, 지금 메인스트림 처음에 등장함과
So we have a new arcana coming out in like a week or two.
뚫어내기 위한 그
Not for North America, obviously. Korea. Korea's getting it soon.
그 신규 던전에서 얻을 수 있는 신규 무기에 관련된 내용들도 저희가 전해드릴 수 있었고, 그리고 아르카나까지 얘기가 지금 나왔습니다. 블록버스터 업데이트 때 아르카나에 대한 내용들이 나오고 나올 거라고만 말씀 주신다면 저희가 블록버스터라는 이름을 붙이면 애매할 것 같다는 생각이 드는데 나와요?
영상으로 만나보겠습니다.
그럴까요? 만나볼까요?
So here's the new arcana. The guy on the PowerPoint is a bit slow. Oh, wait. Shoot. Scooch. Sorry, I didn't catch it the first time. Fade away. Hey! That's the full artwork. That is actually really concerning. Badger.
Ooh, muscle man.
Okay. Can't really zoom in on it, but you can see more details in the background with the deity, the archway and the pillars that are at the back of the Brillock area. And yeah, that guy totally has the Soul Liberator two-handed axe. Dang. It's funny how one of them there was no speculation on. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, for the Arcanas? What? There was some speculation about the Arcanas. There was actually, so before we actually view the two new Arcanas, there was comically enough 2 different leaks that people were claiming were true and spreading around in like guild servers and whatnot. I saw them, and I thought they were cool ideas and kind of laughed because can you imagine that? But ultimately, they were both fake. So here's kind of a good word of warning for everybody. Don't believe everything you see. If you see somebody claiming, hey, here is a leak of the upcoming Arcana, it is likely fake. So, the quote-unquote 2 leaks, one was Gunner and Knuckles, and the other one was Lance and Holy Arts. Now, the Lance one was kind of a no-brainer because we knew a Lance Arcana was in the future. We just didn't know when the developers were wanting to give it to us. When they first kind of brought it up, they, first told people the next Arcana is not going to be Lance, so please don't be asking for Lance just yet. It was kind of hinted that they wanted to hold off on it until Unreal Engine, but it seems they've made some changes. And yeah, I want a Puppemancer too. Especially since Alchemy and Puppetry just got huge revamps in Korea, so it was like, that felt right, but they might be holding off on that still. Which is just fine. Eventually, we're probably going to have an Arcana for every type of weapon in the game. Cat does too. What was a cat? Oh, could you guys actually hear her? Troublemaker cat. I have a question that's slightly off topic. I'm all ears, Tony. I heard a cat sound, okay. What came out first, Lance or Alchemy? Alchemy was first.
Yeah, Alchemy was G9 onwards, and Lance didn't get introduced until G14.
Yeah. Yeah, Lance did not exist when I first started playing the game. I think it even came out like, when did Puppet? Because I'm pretty sure it was Puppets next.
I forget exactly when Puppets came out, but I think it was somewhere.
It was in Shakespeare. It was during Shakespeare, that's for sure. Because again, I joined right before G13, and the first talent that was brand new that came out in that time was puppetry.
Oh, I think that's interesting
Oh
because I think
right.
Lance has got introduced in Lance has got introduced in G14, but they weren't. This was while we were still using the Destiny system rather than the talent system, and so
Oh
Lance's were
right.
still clumped in with close combat.
That's right, because we got things really out of whack order. They all came out before G15. That's wait, no, G15 came out. Fighter came out with G15, or right, it had to come out after G15. Puppets and Lance were before it. Because that's how Korea got fighter skills, is because they had to go talk to Argus, the dude in Belfast that's just fighting a tree all the time. That's how they got all the fighter skills. And puppetry was already out before that. And Lance was existing at that time too. It's a mess. I know I have like a release orders scattered around, but I don't have the Lance one. I just know Lance was definitely after Alchemy. But as you pointed out, Tony, you thought they were going to order a release of the different talents. The talents. I actually never really believed that, but it was a good theory.
It's probably mostly that the original, like especially for like the first couple of Arcanas, just covering the basic sort of play styles that the game started with.
Right, and I
Made
think
most
those were
sense.
geared for. They were wanting to do a G1 rehash slightly because they wanted to give the three missing warriors when you first play G1. Each one of them has an Arcana. So new players will get to experience an Arcana early on. So if you're as Ruri, you have Elemental Knight. Mari has Alchemic Sharpshooter, and Tarlak has Harmonic Saint. That was something they brought up when the Arcanas were first introduced, what they were intending to do with it.
I still don't know if they're going to follow through with that, but that is actually an interesting way of making them stand out as actually being like three heroes instead of three hobos with delusions of grandeur.
Right? So yeah, I don't know if they're going to fulfill that idea that they talked about when the Arcanas first came around, but it would definitely be fun. And of course, Lance was a priority because the Giants can't do Alchemic Sharpshooter. They can't use bows. So they wanted to give the Giants their basically equivalent so they can balance everybody out. So we knew that one was coming. We just didn't know when because they were like, well, hold off. We're not going to do it right away. It might be until Unreal. Because now they have a Project Eternity, which we'll talk about that later. That's later in this video. So, yeah, it's neat. I think so far this is all pretty cool, but we haven't even saw the two new ones just yet, so let's hit play. So, this is Sacred Night. I'm just going to back up a little bit. I passed the thing I wanted to point out. There we go. The weapon for this talent is a shield. An offhand weapon. I don't think anyone expected that. But this is a combination of close combat and holy arts. So another sustain class. And from the looks of it, or from the stuff that I've heard, yeah, I don't think anyone actually expected... Well, I did expect a tank arcana, but I was thinking it was going to be the Lance class, because Lance has combinations with holy arts, it has combinations with a chain slasher, as well as just close combat, and it's like, any of those could easily be set up to be a tank class, especially the holy arts one. I figured that one's going to be like...
I guess the problem with that is that if Lance and Holy Arts was the tank class, that probably would have disproportionately benefited Giants.
True. Very much so. Hello, Living Dreamer! Welcome to our discussions.
So at least with this, everyone has roughly an even chance of benefiting from it.
Right, all three races can be a tank as needed, because I believe Rixie is a tank elf. He has shield, he has heavy armor and all that stuff. So I think he's going to have fun with this when this comes around. But it surprises me that they actually had shield be the primary weapon. It makes me wonder if they're going to be... Well, obviously we have the new Soul Liberate shields coming out, but I wonder if they're going to be doing a enhancement to current shields all around, especially like those that are part of the progression system items. I feel like it's going to be giant leaning, though, with the large shield added. Yeah, it's still going to be giant leaning. Shield on both hands, easy. Usually it's associated with a mace and hammer. I wonder if the guard cylinder will count as a shield. It could. We'll have to wait till it comes out, because they could actually use guard cylinder. So you could have someone who's an alchemist utilizing this as well. Didn't they change, or what was going to change large shields and how it worked, though? I don't know that. If they do, awesome. Oh. Just so you know, there's someone who's going to permanently roleplay as Shield Hero anime. I actually saw a guy. This was like a year ago, but I know I've seen someone cosplaying as Shield Hero. So that guy's probably going to have a heyday when this comes out. The Shield Fighter already has a passive. Okay. Well, here's another thing. I don't think they're going to do like a massive overhaul to shields, but I wonder if they're going to grant at least a shield ego. Can you guys imagine that basically having a... Because every other Arcana benefits from having an ego weapon. So technically this one should also have that sort of benefit. It may not have special upgrades, but a ego that has like bonuses to defense or mitigations for damage, that would be interesting in my opinion.
Honestly, what I think is, and this is specifically why it's a shield arcana, is that shields don't need to be spirit weapons, because you're probably mostly going to be benefiting from the damage of your main hand being a spirit weapon. But also, I think the other thing, of all of the weapons we can use with a shield, if you're really wanting to go for full tank, I do think like one-handed swords would probably be the most beneficial, simply because it has that one spirit weapon ability that has a chance to heal you when you hit enemies.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we're just discussing. Alright, there's a lot of talking. Please cross over Shield Hero after Fear Red. I would agree with that. Yeah, Shield Hero would be fun. Main hand shield, dual ego, dual wield shield, dual shield bash. Hard to say with the high pierce that nullifies most of it. You're right, that's the other thing. So many mobs, or endgame content mobs, have piercing, so they just negate half of our own defenses. New Arcana will require you to use shield technique clearly. Oh, right. I forgot there's a shield technique. But let's go ahead and just listen to what these guys say. This presenter is always so lively. Arcana Sacred Guard. You should forget? What? Wait. What do you mean you should forget? I'm missing something. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, the shield technique that is kind of in the game. Okay. Can anyone guess what the sub-talent is? Ghost Combat and Holy Arts. Tank position that protects allies from... I talk too fast, I hate this thing. Using melee weapons and shields. So it is still a melee weapon, so I don't think people will use wands with it. But that'll be interesting to see if people can play a test and see if they can pull off having a wand and still use this Arcana. Since it still kind of primarily depends on the shield itself. So you could possibly see them be like a backup healer. So somebody just spamming party heal and taking all the hits. Before we move on to the next one, do you want to go check out the floor for the shields? I should go do that real quick. Let's get through this segment of them talking about this, and then I'll run over there and go look before we move on to the next one. I will point out they do change those before they, like the Alchemic Sharpshooter thing was not, and the Dark Diviner ones weren't even on that map until the update came, and they actually changed out the entire map. So the slots that they appeared in were different patterns originally. So there's a chance that these may not be there, but who knows, they might be now. So, alright, so this is the major part. Draw the enemy's awareness and induces them to attack. AKA, please don't let them attack me. Tanks, please don't let the boss bully the archers. Especially the squishy elf archers. Ah, so they even make comment that thus the only person needing to be healed by the Saint Bard is the tank. Elf-Taunt confirmed. Tech-Taunt. Yeah, it's like the Tech-Taunt, but now actually with a full talent and better control. So, that giant horse that I mentioned earlier, yeah, who is it going to stomp on? It's going to be whoever is the tank. Making it possible to provide more stable support. The tank, although it is a tank position, It has a certain level of attackability skill to compensate for the lack of damage. It uses defense, protection, magic defense, and magic protection. Oh, defense, protection, magic defense, and magic protection. The same survival-related stats are used by replacing them with damage. Oh. Interesting.
가 아군의 피해를 복원해주는 컨셉으로 파티 플레이에 기여한다면 세이크리드 가드는 인식 관리
Sacred Guard minimizes situations allies receive damage through perception management, reduces damage received by allies.
활용을 하면서 최전선에서 파티를 보호하는 점이 주요한 특징이라고 볼 수 있습니다.
Okay. Main feature can be seen by protecting parties from parties at the forefront, while some of the damage as one's own words. Hi, I can speak English today, everybody. I'm so sorry. Wonder if they'll uncap magic protection for us then. Yes, I hope they do because of this, because this would make sense. Oh no, managing aggro. We're going to lose so many DDs and alchemic shooters in that dungeon. Well, I'll still be an alchemic shooter, because that is my only class.
사실 말씀해주신 것
그리고 세인트 바드가 아군의 피해를 복원해주는 컨셉으로 파티 플레이에 기여한다면
Hello?
세이크리드 가드는 인식 관리를 통해서 아군이 피해를 받는 상황을 최소화하는
느낌도 있었을 거예요.
생존 관련 스탯을 데미지로 치환해서 사용합니다.
The video refreshed and I deleted my subs. Okay. We're now catching back up. I'm sorry, guys.
세이크리드 가드는 인식 관리를 통해서 아군이
띵,
피해를 받는
띵.
상황을 최소화하고 그리고 아군이 받는 데미지 일부를 자신의 공격 능력으로 치환해서 활용을 하면서 최전선에서 파티를 보호하는 점이 주요한 특징이라고 볼 수 있습니다.
사실 말씀해주신 것처럼 처음에는 약간 의아한 느낌도 있었을 거예요. 물론 이번에 그 보스전을 위주로 한 신규 던전이 생기면서 이제 누군가가
Okay.
좀 맞아줘야 돼. 그 부분에 대해서 좀 뭔가 좀 버텨줘야 되는 이런 것들이 좀 필요한 그런 역할들이 생길 거라고
Hello words. Okay, expect to a certain extent, when a dungeon comes into existence, there will be roles that require someone to take care of it and something that needs to be held up for that part. But with a friend like this coming out, I thought it would be possible. Okay. Yes, this is a new Arcana. I can't see this stacking. I want to say stacking with Harmonic Saint. I think it's more working in tandem with Harmonic Saint. I wonder what the base skills are for these. Unfortunately, we don't know what the base skills are just yet. This is going to be coming out in like the next... I don't think it's this week. It will be like next week. So we'll be able to learn more about it then. So, yeah, we'll find out more next week. Unfortunately, we're just kind of given the most bare bones, hey, this is what it is.
것들을 어떤 형식으로 충당하는지에 대한 그 설명이 나오니까 그 부분에 대해서 이제 반응을 좀 주신 것 같은데 이 부분에 대해서 여러분께서 오하는
Though there's, I'm trying to see, someone told me something about this that I want to see what they mention it before.
새로운 아르카나에 대한 그 기대감이 있으셨고 그 새로운 아르카나에 대해서 우리가 이야기를 좀 나눠 봤는데 이러면 이 아르카나에 우리가 맞는 또 새로운 인물도 우리가 좀 기대.
See, new characters that fit the Arcana. Alright, so here's the new character, which... Hey, Badger! Here's the funny! The person representing the Sacred Guard. And joining the Arcana.
네, 이올라입니다.
You lot. Alright. So, I need to scoot the screen over just so everyone can see her better. You already hear Badger's anger. Why he mad though? Lai's armor entirely leaves most of the vital spots of her body open. Okay, so before Badger goes into his rant, I laughed when I saw this character because that name, her name means eagle, by the way. How did I know that? Because my character, Wal, is also named Wal Elar. I purposely named her that. That's her full name. It's basically Bald Eagle. So seeing Elar show up is like, hey! It's a fun little factoid. But, Badger, why do you not like this character?
Seriously, for someone who comes from an order of religious knights, who let her wear armor like that?
성전 기사단 출신의 이올라는 코렌틴의 비밀스러운 추천으로 급작스럽게 아르카나 협회에 합류하게 되고요.
There's her without her helmet on. Okay, in all seriousness, the bikini armor, or not bikini armor, but basically the exposed chest part there. I wish instead of just the little black cloth down lower, they had that go all the way up to her neck and just covered her. I don't think people would be that grouchy, but as someone who loves practicality over sexiness, yeah, this is bad. This is like, no, why did you do this?
Those metal parts are going to dig straight into her boobs. That's gotta be uncomfortable.
Give her a breastplate that works. Yes, just give her one that functions. But anyway, she is part of the Knights Templars, worked with Corriton, so hey, been a while since we heard of the Knight Templars, the actual ones, and not Divine Knights for a while, so kind of glad to see we have a nice one showing up and joining the party.
이올라를 탐탁하게 생각하지 않습니다. 그래서 이올라가 과연 아르카나 협회에 잘 적응해.
Alright, let me grab this to translate. Paste from clipboard. It even translates out to Eagle. I love it. So, Eli the Guardian joined the Arcana Association at recommendation of the Holy Seer Corriton, a member of the Limerick Order and former Knight of the Temple. The power that emerges from the desire to protect something precious. So I always look forward to the Arcana storylines. I think all of them so far have been very well written, and I really want more of each of them. I should probably actually move this screen back onto the screen. Here we go.
나갈 수 있을지, 요 밀레시안 여러분들과 함께 극복해 나갈 수 있을지 게임에서 지켜봐 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
겨울 쇼케이스라고 또 이올라님이 친히 투구를 벗어주시니까 반응이 더 좋네요. 예.
Takes off her helmet.
신규 아르카나에 대한 기대가 더 올라갈 수 있을 만한 그런 설명까지 들어갔네 우리가. 네, 그렇죠 신규 아르카나?
여기서 끝이 아니죠.
아니에요?
That's not the end. Okay, so now I get a pause. So now let's back up to where it kind of showed us that constellation. I think it was up here. Because it's like right at the start when we saw the constellation. There. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 of them? That feels like a lot. Well, maybe it's just the ones on the outside that is it. Okay, so we need to look for that shape. To the Arcana room. Not be back, Roger. I can't teleport indoors. So. Don't you love it when you can't teleport from inside a building? Okay. Load. And there's someone standing in the way. No. Shoot. Okay, let me change channels to see if there's not someone standing. Oh, God. Why?
What?
Oh. I have to Add this person to a blacklist. Oh my god, that was bad. Okay, okay. So let me... Yep. Hello! Thank you for the follow. Alright, so... actually, let me try this. So we're looking for this shape. There's really no way I can do this. Oh my god! What? That was loud. What was that? What just happened? Oh! Hey, 100 followers! That really surprised me. Okay, let's do this. Shrink. Okay. Thanks! Oh, that was so loud in my ear. Okay, so... Oh boy. It's hard to even tell which is which. So... It could be like the one right here. Because we're looking for something that's kind of a square... Yeah, I don't know if we have this one just yet, guys. As well as there's like two hidden underneath the flags here. Dear gosh, the gold one? You think this one here? Isn't this the... Isn't it this one? No. The one on the EK... This is not the EK one. The EK one is... Which one is the EK one? Dear gosh. I think the EK one's the one on the left side of this thing. You should just have a screenshot and cross out the ones that... Yeah, I should probably just do that. Oh, I can't even do it this way. Yuck. I can't turn my camera further. Let me post it here in my art program real quick so we can just... I don't think that worked. What's happening here? Okay. Can't get that to bring up. Okay, so this is the Alchemic Sharpshooter, so we don't need to worry about this one as I'm just drawing on a different screen real quick. So... Oh my goodness. This is really not wanting to work for me today. That's not fun. Okay, let's try this instead. Window. Capture, not you. You. It's not even showing yet. Okay. Okay. Technical difficulties. Okay. Do you appear now? There we go. Okay, found it. There we go. Now we have a thing that works here. So... So this is elk. I believe this is EK right here, because it's that right triangle shape. What's the shape of the harmonic saint? Harmonic saint is like almost a star. Harmonic saint's this one up front. So, harmonic saint. I'm just gonna do that. And Dark Diviner is... Dark Diviner is one of these zigzags. This is Dark Diviner. So, this entire quadrant is now done, so yeah. And yeah. There we go. So it's one of these guys. Or the ones that are hidden underneath the flagpoles. So it could be this guy here if... Well, wait a second. Maybe we should look to see what the next one is. And then decide, because it could be this one. Because then they're basically just like going around the circle. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's try that. So, close. Let's drag the window back out. Get past all this to here. There we go. Back to the stream. It's also a box! Oh dear. This is not going to be easy for us to figure out at all. Pine cone.
아르카나 블라스트를 쏩니다. 사실 아까 전에 아까 전하고 반응이 좀 달라졌네요. 예. 갑자기 잘생겼다가 나오는 느낌인데. 블라스트 앤서를 만나봤어.
It looks like EK just reskinned. I can see the comparison to them. It's basically just another melee DPS, but with lances. I know a lot of people are comparing to like the Monster Hunter gun lancer, but yeah. Have you seen the full showcase before? I have, but I kind of skipped through parts of it because I didn't really watch this part through, to be honest. I don't care about lances. I'm an elf, so this is pointless to me. I only looked at who the NPC was, like, cool, and moved on. Expelling it or exploding it. Elf moment. Well, the feature is...
블래스트랜서의 스킬들은 주 목표물에게 더욱 큰 데미지를 주기 때문에 단일 대상과의 전투에서 더 뛰어난 역량을 발휘할 수가 있습니다. 그리고 스킬을 사용할 때마다 마나쉘이라는 새로운 자원을 일정량 소모하게 되는데요. 그래서
Mana cells?
관리해야 하기 때문에 데미지를 집중하는 시점을 좀 더 전략적으로 판단을 하셔야 될 것 같습니다. 그래서 버스트 등 특정 시점에서 네, 굉장히 높은 데미지율을 낼 수 있다는 것이 블래스트 랜서의 특징이 되겠습니다.
뭔가 이거 비행기가 막 폭발하는 그 느낌 뉘앙스 자체가 분명히 다른 이 설명한 그 내용에 녹아 있는 그런 부분인 것 같은데 많은 분들께서 굉장히 지켜보시면서 지금 열기가 막 올라오고 있는 상황에서 그럼 당연히 대표하는 인물도 만나볼 수 있겠죠. 그러면?
네. 블래스트 랜서 아르카나 발현자로서 아르카나에 새롭게
Yeah, Manibulus or functioning like Sorcha, yeah. Mathis.
마테우스는 아르카나 협회에 처음 합류하게 되는 자이언트입니다.
Oh, he's a giant.
의 신분과 과거를
I didn't realize he was a giant.
감수하고요.
No, Badger, this is just confirming your hatred.
수련을 통해서 블래스트 랜서 아르카나가
Bruh.
발현되는 인물입니다. 지금까지 아르카나 협회에 합류한 캐릭터들과는 다르게 개인적인 목적 달성을 위해서
Can we please have a muscular guy who isn't a whole ass giant for once?
We have Declan. He's human.
We need more.
I know, we need more. Colonel Sanders got easy kind. Yeah, I saw that everywhere on Twitter. Everybody was calling him Colonel Sanders. A retired mercenary who has lived hiding his identity and past. Who has reached a higher level by longing for a more powerful power. Mathis the Piercer.
아르카나 협회에 합류하게 되는데요. 바로 1월부터 공개될 마테우스의 이야기에 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다.
네.
So I have to wonder.
자, 분명히 사실 많은 분들
I'm gonna pause real quick and switch screens real quick. Now I have to wonder if he's he says he's a giant. Is he actually going to be like taller than everyone in this room, or is he just going to be like the same size as Lulshan over here, who's just very tall? And where will he even be? That's what I'm curious about. I'm curious where their placements in the room will end up being, for both NPCs. Hello. Because right now everybody's like spread out around the room like they're afraid of each other, which is kind of goofy. Likely somebody's going to be seated over here. I can see someone just be in this corner finally. He's wearing heels though. That is true. Loshan is wearing heels as kind of a interesting detail. We've had there's a fun discussion a few days ago in my Discord regarding why heels and how does that help him traverse the mountains. But anyway, let us get back to the main program and get back to this. I'm moving on.
여름부터도 얘기를 주셨어요.
All these wallflowers and high school dances, right?
예상도 많이
Social distancing?
과연 어떻게 등장할지
Ice boosters.
사실 언제 만나볼 수 있을 것이냐도 많은 분들께서 분명히 고개를 끄덕이면서 지켜보신 걸로 알고 있는데 랜서 슈터가 조합된 아르카나입니다. 이 부분에 대해서는 정말 많은 분들께서 적극적으로 반응을 보여주셨습니다. 그래서 이번 업데이트 통해서 새롭게 시크릿 가드 그리고 블래스트 랜서를 우리가
This is a cool new artwork. Just seeing the roster for
God, she even has the chainmail mini skirt.
Oh my
Holy
gosh,
cow.
you're right. Her thighs are exposed.
Oh.
Oh no. It's gonna be a fun highlight reel for my video for YouTube later. Why? Like, Cowenna's more covered up. Cowenna has a more practical outfit. Yeah, it's just fabric, but at least she's...
Cowenna actually feels like a nobleman's daughter.
Right. She still has kind of a more practical outfit than the chainmail mini skirt. She doesn't have leggings. She's just going to be getting cuts constantly. like the metal of the leg boots. What are those boots? They're like a thigh-high metal boot. Why?
만나볼 수 있었습니다. 저희가 약간 옆으로 갈까요? 그럼 더 잘 보이려나? 괜찮아요.
I know sex sells,
이렇게 되면
but there's
아르카나가
times when it's like, please be practical.
깨가 되는 거죠. 그렇죠?
It's better than full bikini armor. That is true.
아르카나를 모두 이제 습득하시겠죠. 그리고 더
You can
강력한
make
방송에
someone attractive without
도울 수 있게
exposing
될 정도고요.
90% of their skin.
아르카나가
Come on.
다양해지는 만큼 밀레시안 여러분들께서도 전투 상황에서 더욱 다채로운 형태의 파티 플레이를 즐기실 수 있을 것으로 기대를 하고
Speaking to room diverse and form party plays in combat situations. In fact, each. Okay, so
굉장히 적극적으로 그 매력들을 느끼고 계신 걸로 알고 있는데 여러분들 굉장히 기대되시죠? 육성만을 충분히 느낄 수 있었습니다. 자 그러면 지난번 같은 경우는 뭐 이런 부분을 통해서 여러분들의 많은 느낌을 받았었고 그 이에 관련된 내용들도 여러 가지 좀 전해드렸었던 상황이 있었는데 이번 쇼케이스에는 또 뭐가 있을까요? 이건
Oh, jeez.
원이 나왔던 거잖아요.
Review step 2. Enough with the re-everythings.
이번에는 이제 리뷰 스텝 2로 여러분들을 찾아왔습니다. 개선 방안들이네요.
Wait,
툴팁과 미리 보기.
it's happening? What do you mean? What's happening?
창 우클릭 메뉴에 관련된 부분인데.
Tooltip, right click menu, preview selection window.
지난 쇼케이스에서 이터니께서 개선하고자 하는 방향과 동일한 방향의 개선을 단계적으로 진행할 거라고 말씀을 드렸었는데요.
네.
그래서 이번에는
Remabby.
네, 두 번째 순서로 아이템과 관련된 4가지 변화를 가지고 왔습니다. 먼저 아이템 툴팁부터 좀 설명을 드리겠습니다.
네.
현재 아이템 툴팁에는 노출되는 정보가 매우 많죠.
Oh,
이런 정보들이
wait.
네.
Did they finally fix this list?
이런 거는 찍지 마시고요. 네. 그래서 저희가 간소화 모드와 오히려 더 자세히 상세하게 볼 수 있는
It's manageable.
했습니다. 그래서 필요에 따라서 모드를 선택하실 수
Not this part. Actually, wait, no, not this part. Yeah.
레시안 분들께서는 이렇게
I don't think I felt happier than this. Okay.
쉽게 접근하실 수 있도록
Okay, this is a good improvement, because
작아서 잘 안 보인다고 그러신 것 같은데 그렇죠?
my ruination is like 2 full screens worth.
대조 쪽을 좀 예를 들어서 확대를 해봤는데요.
이렇게.
이제 간소화 모드에서는 이렇게, 네, 상세 모드에서는 이렇게
More detailed mode.
좀 더 자세한 효과와 간소화된 효과를 확인할 수 있도록 구현했습니다.
Oh, so you're able to click, like, view more.
관련된 내용들 아이템
오케이.
툴팁에 변화된 그런 상황들까지 쭉 한번 말씀을 드려주셨네요. 네, 자세한 정보들을 활용할 수 있으시거나 아니면 좀 심플하게 할 수 있는 그런 정보들을 활용할 수 있게끔 준비를 주셨습니다.
I'm gonna be honest, I disliked it when they added the like the step. It was a good thing for people who are like, how did you upgrade like XYZ gear, so you can see how they upgraded that gear. But at the same time, having it become like step by step, like they did this, that just made such a long list. It's like, no, just make it horizontal. So
미리 보기 있네요.
okay,
다음은
good.
미리보기입니다. 아이템 미리보기요.
네.
Item preview.
다양한 아이템 미리보기 창이 있잖아요. 기본 미리보기 창을 좀 더 크게 확장을 했고 배경의 밝기도 조절하실 수 있게 개선했습니다. 그래서
Oh, they improved the viewer. Okay.
살아서 변경된 헤어를 보시기에 좀 불편하셨죠? 그래서 그런 부분들도
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
네, 그런 부분도 조금 더 잘 보실 수 있도록 개선을 했습니다.
이런 부분에 대해서 굉장히 또 기다렸다라고 또 표현해 주시는 분도 계시고 그 한마디만으로도 얼마나 기다리시는지 느낄 수 있는 이야기라고 들어볼 수 있었고 계속해서 다음 내용 한번 살펴볼까요? 어떤 내용이 있었죠? 세 번째 항목은
네, 다음으로 소개드릴 내용은 아이템 선택창인데요. 네, 점색 앰프를 사용해서 원하는
Item selection window.
다들 한 번씩 겪어보셨죠? 네,
오
Oh, that's okay. That's good.
긴 말이 필요 없을 것 같습니다. 오른쪽처럼
Yeah.
간단하게
Yes, lighting is
어떤
took them long
아이템을
enough.
한눈에 확인하실 수 있도록 개선할 예정입니다.
이런 식으로 개선이 된다라는 그 말씀이셨습니다. 그럼 모든
Was that the thing you were excited for? Was the preview function being improved? I don't think that was ever touched since it was first implemented. No. Is this the thing? The new sorting window?
네, 맞습니다.
아 이렇게
네.
플레이하기 얼마나 편해졌는지를 느낄 수 있습니다. 여러분의 환호성도 있고.
I'll let you know. Okay.
잘 바꿨다. 채팅창이 그렇게 사랑에까지 올라온.
Honestly, I just appreciate that they finally added the ability to. It looks like they added the ability to preview fashion coupons.
Yes, it did. That's what it looked like there, and I kind of hope they did the same thing for like chairs as well. Chairs and certain items and things.
이렇게 바뀌었으면 좋겠다라는 부분들이 녹아 있는 그런 변화들이 진행이 플라이가 훨씬 더 수월해졌어요.
네, 맞습니다.
Homestead props.
확장이 가능하니까 좀 더 많은 아이템들을 확인하실 수 있을 것 같습니다.
그렇게 변화된 상황 말씀을 해주셨고 다음에는
네, 다음으로 소개해드릴 내용은 클릭 메뉴 개선입니다.
네.
순차적으로 진행하겠습니다.
The right-click menu?
클릭했을 때 툴팁에서 보여지고 있는 정보를 같이 표기하거나 이런 식으로 중복되는 경우도 많았는데
Oh, that's nice.
정보만 깔끔하게 보실 수 있게 개선을 했습니다.
That's nice streamlining.
보는 순간 얼마나 간편하고 편리해지고
You now don't have that entire info thing up there.
반응을 해줬던 것 같아요. 그 부분에 대해서는 역시 채팅창도 마찬가지의 의견을 주고 계시는 상황입니다. 굉장히 잘 보인다라고 말씀드렸고요. 그러면 또 우리가 이어서 좀 다른 내용을 좀 들어봐야죠.
네.
어떤 내용?
밀레시안 여러분들을 위한 특별한 콘텐츠를 좀 소개드리려고 하는데요. 바로
Open quest players
바로
become.
밀레시안 여러분께서 웹페이지에서 직접 퀘스트를 제작할 수 있는 오픈 퀘스트를 소개드리려고 합니다. 화면에
왜?
보이시는 것처럼 다양한 퀘스트를 만들어 보실 수 있도록 준비를 하고 있습니다. 예를 들어서 던전 타임어택 퀘스트를 만든다면 던전 유형, 난이도, 타임어택 시간, 그리고 미션 실패 조건까지 모든 요소를 밀레시안 여러분께서 원하시는 대로 설정을 할 수가 있습니다. 이렇게 만들어진 퀘스트는 다른 밀레시안 분들과 공유하고 도전할 수도 있습니다. 또 누가 여러분들의 퀘스트를 성공했는지 그리고 얼마나 빠르게 달성했는지
Can check his succeed. Okay, so
확인할 수가 있습니다. 이 오픈 퀘스트는 2월부터 시범적으로 서비스가 먼저 운영이 될 예정이니까요. 많이들 즐겨
starting in February. Okay.
주시면 감사하겠습니다.
사실 창의성이 넘쳐오르신 분도 굉장히 많이 계시잖아요. 여기 있는 분들도 많이 그러시고 직접 퀘스트를 만들고 그걸 본인만 즐기는 것이 아니라 함께 즐길 수 있는 그런 항목들을 또 준비를 해 주셨다고 하니까 이 부분 자체에 대해서도 굉장히 신선하게 이렇게 보고 싶다 저렇게 보고 싶다라고 의견을 지금 남겨주시고 있는 것 같아요. 그 창의적인 그 댓글들이 어떻게 녹아서 실질적으로 인게임에서 나오는지도 그래도 한번 기대를 갖고 기다려보도록 하겠습니다. 자 그러면 메뉴.
So, if I understand this correctly, it's basically a feature in the game where we can make our own quests and just like basically put it up on a quest board and people can complete it as they see fit. Like are you getting the effort or rewards or just challenging people? Is that what it is? Just a challenge board? Like, hey, do this. Let's see who can accomplish this. That sort of thing? Yes, the collab gear is all staying. I've seen people ask that question many times before in Discord and in my chats here. But yes, all the collab gear will be transferred over into Unreal. We're not losing any of it. None of it's getting a rerun, obviously, but all the stuff that already exists in game is going to be transferred over. Of course. Okay, Autumn Winter Showcase.
기대하는 부분들이 있습니다. 그렇죠? 뭐가 나올까? 이런 부분들에 대해서 프리시즌을 좀 더 어떻게 풍성하게 해줄까라는 기대가 우리가 지금 생기고 있는데 그럼 어떤 게 기다리고 있을까요?
네, 이번 프리시즌에서도 지난 프리시즌과 마찬가지로 선택형 버프 효과를 제공해드릴 예정이고요. 또 매주 주말마다 진행되는 온타임 이벤트와 금요일, 토요일, 그리고 일요일에 진행되는 추가 버프 효과도 마련되어 있습니다. 그리고 또 상시 혜택에서
Winter Master Plan.
크롬바스 테우두인 그리고 글렌베르나의 주간 보상은 코인 상점과 골드 상점의 추가 입장권으로 매치를 했습니다. 그래서 대표 캐릭터를 지정해 주신 분들께서 기존보다도 좀 더 많이 즐기실 수 있도록 준비를 했으니까 이 부분도 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다. 그래서 프리시즌을 요약하면 이렇습니다.
이렇게 이게 나중에 캡처하시는 분들이 계실 거니까 잘 정리하시라고 옆으로 좀 빠져볼게요. 네, 하시면 될 거예요. 이제 읽기 편하게. 네, 이렇게 이런 부분들입니다. 이런 부분들. 프리시즌에 관련된 상시 혜택, 선택 혜택, 한국 캔디 혜택까지 금토일 주어지는 그런 부분들까지 말씀드렸습니다. 그리고 또 기다리고 계시잖아요.
네, 가장 궁금해하실 부분일 것 같아요. 보상도 살짝 보여드리겠습니다.
보상?
네, 기존에 있는 장갑이나 신발을 활용해서 다양하게 꾸며본 코디샷입니다. 또 디테일이 살아있는 남녀 의상들과 따뜻한 겨울을 책임질 목도리, 그리고 이제 뭐 귀여운 그 체리 머리끈 부분 가발. 네, 이렇게 뭐 여러 가지 보상들을 마련해 놨으니까 올 겨울에도 올 겨울 프리시즌도 즐겁게 즐기시고 끝까지 참여하셔서 원하시는 보상을 모두 가져가시기 바랍니다.
일단 목도리 머리끈에서 반응이 확 오네요. 일단 이 부분에 대한 반응이 굉장히 좀 뜨겁네요. 네.
네, 그 다음으로 소개드릴
More food trucks indeed.
사이의 PC방 샤이닝 시즌 이벤트입니다. 일일 접속 보상을 좀 더 촘촘하게
The PC room,
개선을 했고,
which doesn't affect us over here.
도달하는데 걸리시는 시간을 대폭 단축을 했습니다. 그리고 여기에 누적 접속 보상도 A등급, L급 50을 포함해서 다양하게 준비되고 있으니까 PC방에서 즐기시는 밀레시안 여러분들께 더욱 풍성한 혜택을 드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다. PC방 이벤트는 앞으로도 계속될 예정이니까 계속해서 많은 관심과 참여 꾸준히 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 올겨울 여러분들 풍성하게 만들 프리시즌 이벤트 여러분들과 함께 살펴봤습니다. 또 있겠죠?
네.
뭔가가?
다음으로는 새롭게 돌아온 블랙콤보 카드 이벤트를 소개드립니다.
이거 언제 나오나 했는데.
이번 블랙콤보 카드 이벤트에서는 캐러반도 미션
Another Black Combo card event.
수 있도록 개선을 했고요. 그리고 이번
Caravan Joe returns.
기억나시죠? 점성술사 스킬도 추가가 될 예정입니다. 그리고 추가로 골드를 사용해서 콤보 카드 수치를 변경할 수 있는 기능도
Oh,
있으니까요. 이렇게 개선된 이벤트
using gold to raise the value. Okay.
내시한 분들께서 콤보 카드 잘 맞추시기를 바라겠습니다.
자, 이렇게 해서 블랙홈 카드에 관련된 그 이벤트도 드렸었고 PC방 샵 보상 올겨울 여러분들을 이렇게 풍성하게 만들 만한 이벤트들을 쭉 한번 좀 말씀을 드렸습니다. 자, 이렇게 해서 겨울 업데이트 핵심 내용들 굉장히 여러분에게 많이 좀 전해드린 것 같은데 그것들을 간략하게 정리해서 시간에 맞춰서 한번 말씀을 드려보겠습니다.
All right. So, I think this is the here's our map for the next 3 months. Part 1 and Sacred Guard coming out this month, so next week. And then next month we get Blast Lancer with Part 2 of G27. As well as the entire dungeon, which, oh boy. Well, Korea, obviously. We're not seeing any of this until probably next summer. So, next summer for all of us in North America. Yippee! Boy, we're going to be busy.
그래서 먼저 12월은 메인스트림 G27 첫 번째 이야기 알라기동원 1부가 시작이 됩니다. 그리고 아르카나 세이크리드 가드 그리고 리그 2차 업데이트.
In fact, this is probably a good part for us to kind of pause here because the next part, do you guys want me to go immediately into the Unreal Engine stuff, or do you guys want us to actually now really dive into the lore stuff and possibilities going on?
I could use an opportunity to go AFK for a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right, Badger, go ahead and go. Alright, so what do you guys want in chat? Do you guys want me to just continue on with Unreal until Badger comes back and then we can do lore? Okay.
그리고 블랙 콤보 카드 이벤트 샤이 에피소드 사이드 시즌까지 함께하고 있는 상황이 되겠습니다. 그리고 1월에
They're just recapping stuff there, so I'm just scooching forward.
그래요. 이터니티 이거는 어떻게 되고 있는가?
네, 밀레시안 여러분들께서 항상 많이 궁금해하고 계실 또 하나의 소식이죠. 굴비라고 부르시는 것도 저희 다 알고 있는데 맛있게
Does he just have a piece of tape holding that mic to him?
는 마비노
Oh.
그 현황이 어떠한지 소개를 해드리고자 합니다.
The current status of the Project Eternity.
보시는 여러분들뿐만 아니라 함께하시는 많은 분들의 또 기대와 또 연관이 돼 있는 상황이기 때문에 디테일 조금씩이라도 우리에게 보여줬으면 좋겠다라고 많은 분들께서 느끼고 계신 걸로 알고 있습니다. 그래서 그 부분에 대한 관심도가 지금 방금 전 상황에서도 많이 느낄 수 있었거든요.
네.
네. 그러면 이 소개해 주실 건가요? 뭐부터?
오늘은 일단 먼저 현재 마무리 단계에 접어든
First of all, today, the Eternity Project, which is in the final stage. Huh? Wait.
이터니티 프로젝트가 마무리 단계가 아닙니다. 죄송합니다.
Oh, it's not in the final stage. Dear gosh. I was going to say, these madmen.
덤바튼이 지금 마무리
Dumbarton's, it's been renewed. Dumbarton is currently in its final stages. Okay.
소개해드리려고 합니다. 이제 현재 지금 매일 보고 계시잖아요, 덤바튼이. 그래서
Oh my gosh.
어떻게 변하는지 비포 애프터
I was gonna say there's no way this Project Eternity is ready yet. I know people are like, well, they might have people working on it. Well, yeah, but there's a lot for them to still do. If it was ready already, I would be amazed and wondering how many people slept under their desks for 2 hours every day for months.
형태로 영상으로 담아봤습니다.
Do they zoom in? Okay, they don't. So here's a look at Dumbarton, everyone! Or at least part of Dumbarton. So this is the school, and they moved things around. A lot of things around. So can I back up? No, I can't. It doesn't let me do that tiny movement. But there's actually now a proper entrance to the school from the road, so you're no longer going up the alleyways around and having to go around so many obstacles. It's just up a couple flight of stairs and you're into the school now, and that looks amazing. It still is. Yeah, there's music. Yes. The square is more squarish. That's a huge change. Okay, let's see if we can pull up actual images of that for all of us. Just so we can look and stare and ooh and all at it. I know there's a lot more, just... We need to admire this a little bit longer. Where's it? Did I not get saved photos? I thought I did. There's one. There's dos. I didn't get screenshots of all the spots, but these are kind of the big ones. So let's zoom in. Did I fill the screen? Kinda, sorta. It's good enough. Alright. So yeah, here's the Debarton School, and I already kind of mentioned how they changed this. I also love that we actually have, like, even at a distance, you can see the texture, and, like, it's no longer just flat boxes. The detail is great. Also, they made the roofs for the huts out there actually red. Are they currently red? I think they're brown, aren't they? Out in Dumbarton, the watchtowers? Were they red? I just never looked at them. But yeah, this is a great improvement. And then Town Square. Oh, come on. Town Square. Just big changes. So same thing with moving around staircases. You guys should see my mouse. Is my mouse not appearing on screen? There it is. Yeah. We now have a proper stairway up to where Evan will be. So they did show the roofs around the church. They are pointed. I'm asking what color they were, not that they're pointed. Did you see the bell tower from the church now? Yeah. They also have the town insignia now in the middle of the town square, which I think is a nice touch. Gosh, it just looks so good. They moved the signs over here so they're facing forward. And they redid the entire statue over here. The god of Limerick. Hi, I'm Happy Professor. We are currently admiring the UE5 stuff while Badger's away. We will be going into some more lore-heavy stuff here in a minute now that we got through half of the video. I was wondering whether the directions change now. If you need to compare, I can log in. I can kind of point out a couple things that have already changed. And then, of course, here's where Fee and I often are AFKing at. The church looks amazing, and I love that the garden actually looks like a garden now. So definitely a lot of great changes here. So let me get rid of those and get back. Are they making the general shop an interior like Tur? Ooh, they might be. They might. Same thing with the bookstore, they might, but they might just leave the NPCs outside, because that is adding in extra maps. So these are just without NPCs present. This is just the map world itself. So Glennis would probably be standing right in front of her shop like always. Someone pointed out that the, what was it called? The fashion contest statue is no longer around. Don't know where that got moved to. But it's no longer in the square. The fountain.
이 부분에 대해서 다른 것도 다른 건데 그 감성이 남아 있으니까 그런 부분에 대해서 감정을 좀 표현해 주신 것 같다 싶고요.
네, 그리고 예전에 시간의 경과에 따라서 변화하는 이제 다양한 환경에 대한 내용도 소개를 해드렸었는데,
맞아요.
마비노기에
This part's actually pretty cool.
BGM을 빼놓을 수 없잖아요. 그래서 낮과 밤의 환경적 매력도 달라지는 만큼 낮에는 이렇게, 이거는 매일 들으시는 BGM이잖아요. 그래서 낮에는 이렇게 힘차고 활기찬 마을 한가운데 뛰어든 느낌을 주고 있고,
Night and day music. Hell yeah.
밤에는 이렇게 고즈넉한 이제 밤하늘을 배경으로 차분한 느낌을 충분히 느끼실 수 있도록 BGM을 이렇게 밤낮을 구분해서 제작을 하고 있습니다.
아,
덤바튼만 듣기에는
I can't wait to hear the other
다른
town's night music.
한번 가져와 봤습니다. 어딘지 한번 맞춰보실까요?
Ooh.
이미
네. 이미 뭐 맞추셨죠? 탈틴입니다. 조금 더 들어볼까요?
네, 촉촉하네요. 네. 감성을 놓치지 않는 게 얼마나 중요한지.
That's so great. Oh gosh, I absolutely love that. I also just pop it back a few seconds here just to point out to you guys something pretty neat. So obviously we went to nighttime, so you can see Dumbarton's off in the distance, but the lamppost lights up, and it's actually interacting with the environment around it. And I bet there's actually a few more lampposts kind of scattered around. So can you imagine now actually like moving around at night and you see off in the distance like this lamppost, for example, lit up and people walking by it? Yeah, the illuminations and everything. It's going to be, yeah, finally light casting. Just the immersion that Unreal's going to provide just with lighting alone is going to be so significantly better. Imagine how it looks from the sky. Yeah, up in the sky you just see little specks of light on the ground. I hope they have more of these lamp posts kind of scattered around along the roads, because that, especially if you're doing commerce at night and kind of traveling along and having the road just be illuminated by like going from lamppost to lamppost, I think that would be really fun and kind of very what's the word I'm trying to find? Kind of beautiful and just kind of gonna get lost in things very easily, but also possibly atmospheric. Thank you. Atmospheric was the word I was trying to find. I think they're going to lose Lumen. I think they did. I think they said that in one of the posts. Because Lumen's like kind of isn't that, I'm pretty sure that's like one of the not defaults, but the go-tos with Unreal Engine. But the game still feels like mappy is kind of the main thing. Like, the trees are Dumbarton's weird trees still, but it doesn't feel so alien in comparison to what Mabby is. Because that was one of the things. People didn't want the game to change too much from its current aesthetic, and I think they've already achieved maintaining the aesthetic. It's still kind of this cartoony vector world, yet still has some nuance and gradients that are able to be applied due to the lighting. So it's not it's not a dramatic change. It's not a horribly dramatic change. It's a very subtle, appropriate change. AKA the game's in HD. We've gone into HD.
그 부분에 대해서 얼마나 집중하고 있고 그런 부분을 어떻게 전달할지에 대해서 고민을 하고 있다라는 거를 이 BGM만으로도 좀 느끼.
Yeah, keeping the balance.
네. 이거 말고도 좀 아까 굉장히 흥미로운 거 뭐 준비하고 계시던데.
아, 네, 네. 네, 그 이전에 공개드렸던 영상에서
Okay, this is the part that
다양하게 연출되는 모습을 보셨죠?
Okay. Characters' facial expressions were displayed in various ways.
그런 기본 표정 연출에 대한
So you saw the basic work of creating the basic facial expressions, completed to extent in the video.
활용해서 표정을 다채롭게
Facial expressions are manipulated in a variety of different ways,
이렇게 조작해 보는
using internal tools.
기존의 만화적인 표현을 유지하면서도
So while maintaining the existing cartoon-like expressions, it is also possible to create facial expressions as natural as in the video. We are developing with various directions open so that it can be done. Okay.
좋아
Please leave a chat window at. Wait, what?
하시면서 이거 되겠네 뭐 이런 거 되겠네 말씀하시면서
네. 그리고 현재 이터니티 개발 버전에는 단순한 이식 외에도 이렇게 설정
Eyes.
Welcome back. So, they showed off that tool thing. I still don't know, I'm not sure if it was said there because of translation errors and whatnot, if they were actually planning to have players be able to manipulate our own character expressions, or if that is something that is just purely, like, it will function with everybody's characters just fine, but it's only going to be appearing in, like, render cutscenes and things, our character having different emotions. Otherwise, we're kind of back to our normal static faces and whatnot. Internal almost sounds pre-baked. Yeah. Again, cutscenes and things, something that the developers can do to make those cutscenes look more immersive and whatnot. But I can possibly see them giving us those tools as well for, like, a photo mode. But having our characters just willy-nilly moving around and having, like, tons of facial expressions outside of, like, an instance or client-sided... Yeah, although some players might be able to figure it out. Yeah, I'm sure a lot will. It might be pre-baked to work with the existing emotes, but fully animated instead of swapping JPEGs. Yeah! If anything, the default where the player kind of goes back to normal will probably be what our faces are, but, like, or how their faces are static, I guess. It's hard to explain, but, like, my character's face, with a little kind of cat smile grin that she has, will still kind of open and close like a simple, straight smile. And all the eyes, of course, function just like eyes, just they have different, there's different frames to them, or different sizes and effects that apply to them. It's going to be interesting how that develops, but the fact that they're showing that makes me wonder, well, they're definitely going to be using that for cutscenes. Definitely going to be using that for cutscenes. But I wonder if they're going to give us, like, have any of you guys, what's it called? G-pose? Is that what it's called, Badger?
In Final Fantasy, it's G-pose, I think.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to bring up. So in Final Fantasy, there's a program that you can basically use that's, you can manipulate your character. It's only client side, so it only affects your screen. But you can manipulate your character's positionings. You can manipulate other players' positionings. You can change their hair colors, where they're looking. Basically, it's a very fancy photo booth mode, essentially. You can mess with shading, you can make it raining, and all this other stuff. I wonder if the devs might be trying to make something like that, but have it built into the game, so players can just go ham, working over and doing their own little editing stuff, aka film mode. Please, devs. I'm pretty sure every single Soul streamer is going to love you if you do that. I'd figure they probably are going to make set animation sets and blend shapes between them, as opposed to exposing all the sliders manually. Yeah, that's probably what they're going to be doing. Right now they're just showing all the sliders because it's still a work in progress. Now, speaking of, I actually do want to... I want to take a screenshot of something real quick. I want to take a screenshot of that. Because I want to know what this says. Damn it! Just fountain. You bastards. I was really hoping it would actually say the name of whomever the fountain is dedicated to, but no, it's just fountain. Okay. Anyway. There has been hot debates about who the deity in this fountain is. It could be Adelia, but Adelia is related, is mostly referenced up in Tyr Turnell, that she died protecting Tyr Turnell. So, why would there be a statue of her in Dumbarton? Now, she is a possibility. However, this is somebody with goddess or deity wings. I shouldn't say goddess, but deity wings. So the debate, the main two culprits is it is either Limerick. It is either Limerick or it is Morgan. In the current game, current not Unreal Engine game, the statue is actually the same as the beta test statues of the goddess from the dungeons. So that's what made people think, oh, it's Morgan. However, if you take into the context of the mural, the stained glass windows on all the churches of Limerick, and that deity looks similar to those mirrors, as well as there's the symbol of Limerick behind them, it could be a depiction of Limerick? So it could be either or, because Morgan and Limerick are often tied together in weird ways, and the church kind of acknowledges Morgan a lot. Like, in the earlier generations, if you didn't realize that they were worshipping Limerick, people easily would have thought that they were worshipping Morgan the entire time. It was Morgan, the goddess of love, and all this stuff, until you realize, wait, Limerick is the god that they're worshipping. They just also worship Morgan. So it's a big kind of question of debate. And by the way, this new statue has wings. You can't really, it's hard to see, of course, in the video, but the current version does not have wings. As well as now has a proper fountain. And shoot, 1 second, guys. I need to pause. I'm getting a phone call. So, Badger, entertained for a few minutes.
So how is everyone doing today? Oh yeah. How is that moving going, Fee? Didn't think you could be on the stream while you were moving. I see.
I am back. It's one of those things.
Welcome back.
When your mother calls, you answer. And it's like, yeah, what's up? And she started talking and go, okay, I'm streaming. Oh, sorry, bye. I love my mom. Hello, Professor. Alright. So let's see. They have some grass here. You know, let me just translate this entire page and see what all these little bits and bobs are. And see what they're trying to indicate. Dumbarton vegetation, Dumbarton apple tree, school view, and school tripitch. Nice. Wait a second. Dumbarton vegetation. I wonder where that's growing at. I think that's supposed to be like a valerian plant. Anyway.
새로 준비가 필요한 부분들도 굉장히 많습니다. 그래서 실제 모델링으로 구현되는 과정에서 코팅을 통해서 코팅하고 나서 이제 리서칭하는 그런.
The water reflection here. Do you see that? It may not be visible on the stream as much, but there's a light being reflected from the water onto the ceiling. Yeah. Same thing with the night one. Oh, and there's little lanterns illuminating around it. Dang. Hey, the animals. The animals. Oh, I love how they just are still Mabby. They just have better textures and obviously more polygons to them.
I really want to see how fluffy the bear looks.
Right?
병아리나 닭도 너무 귀엽죠. 그리고 곰도
Definitely some massive improvements.
같이 위압적인 모습을 잘
Come here, cat.
표현하고
Hi,
있습니다.
kitty.
그리고 인프도 한결 친근하게 제작을 하고 있습니다. 이렇게 마비노기의 설정과 분위기들을
Classic imp.
하나
Oh, you can see like the little frayed strands of hair on them too.
특히 골렘 같은 경우에도 그 이전보다 이제 재질감을 더 살릴 수 있게 됐습니다. 그래서 마비노기만의 디자인이 잘 표현된 것 같죠.
어떠세요? 보시기에 어때요? 네. 사실
I kind of hope we get to see like
기술에서도 어느 정도 이렇게 될 것이라고 예측하는 부분이 있습니다만 감성적으로 그게 따라올 수 있을 것인지가 굉장히 중요한 걸로 알고 있었는데 그래서 단순히 그래픽이 좋다가 아니라 내가 원하는 감성이 있구나를 좀 느끼시면서 굉장히 섬세하게 또 지켜보시는 여러분들의 볼 수 있었습니다. 오늘 발표를 통해서 더더욱 그 이터니티 버전에 대해서 기대가 또 많이 올라오는 것 같아요.
그리고 이외에도 전투
yeah, with the low poly models they currently have, it's quite impressive how intricate their animations are. Ah, this part. The new Mana Shield animation.
이제 알아보시겠죠. 이렇게 마나 실드가 발동할 때 그리고 꺼질 때 이렇게 시인성을 예선을 하고 비주얼적으로도 개선한 모습입니다. 그리고 하나 더 보여드리겠습니다.
That's a very much more apparent animation. And of course, kabooms.
네, 황금 마법의 무게감과 파괴력을 충분히 체감하실 수 있을 만한 연출과 이펙트를 구현하기 위해서
They can actually
굉장히 정성을
take advantage of the
보시는 것 같지 않은
Yui's
어떤
texture like manipulation
메테오의
because of this.
리가 없는데 지금 쉽지를 않습니다.
Yeah, Professor, that's pretty hefty, ain't it?
방향성을 궁금해하시고 기대하시는 그런 분들이
Beehive barrier go.
이렇게 가져와 봤습니다. 스킬도 이제 이런 방향으로 개발하고 있다는 소개를 해드리기 위해서 가져온 거고요. 조금 더 설명.
Because after you drop that down, that the burn marks will eventually fade away. But that's basically just a temporary environmental animation. Gosh, people are gonna have so much fun. Can you imagine Fireball as well? Based on Foundation, release it gradually. Okay. We'll be releasing. Yes! Sorry. This is the thing I've been waiting for. They're gonna be releasing various video productions, such as cutscenes. One of the big things I've been wanting to know about is how are they handling the cutscenes. I want to see how that progress is. So the fact they're like, we're going to talk about cutscenes. Yay! We're doing this research and present it to you. So lastly, we made as a test. Oh, so this was basically a cutscene test. Okay. I like it. There are parts that were difficult to tell. Now the wind blowing, there's interaction with intangible object. Now we are showing more detail, camera work. Yeah, that looks good. The Abatma dungeons, Hellhound being defeated, the Metal Skeleton's anguish before it basically turns into the final boss. Can you imagine how crazy that cutscene is going to be in Unreal? Because doesn't it change from a normal skeleton to a metal skeleton?
Yes.
I kind of want to see how crazy they go with it, but I'm just imagining like so normal standard skeleton with its loot, and then suddenly its hellhound is killed, and you just see no expressions, but the kind of the anguish of, you've killed my dog, and basically you see metal start like appearing on its body, or comically enough, I think they should just make it like a full on like metal rocker looking thing and just have it go nuts. Big like transformation scenes. Like, I think we messed up. I want to see the golem knock over the camera, and the camera just stares at the audience with a new shake, snarky. The camera. That would actually be funny. I missed the beginner past cutscenes from CR now. Yeah, that was definitely. I can't wait to see what they do. These are going to be so fun. But the cutscenes are definitely going to take them the longest time to work on, because they have, what, 27 generations plus 27 generations plus various talents, all the event cutscenes, repeatable event cutscenes, and dungeon cutscenes, side story cutscenes. There's a lot of cutscenes, is what I'm getting at. So that's definitely going to probably be the thing that they take the longest amount of time on. Oh, hi Stream Elements, I need to change your message. That is currently not what's going on, but hey!
지금 굉장히 아쉬워하시면서도 지금 뭐 채팅창의 반응은 굴비가 격상되고 있습니다. 근데 이거 비싼 굴비다 뭐 이런 얘기가 나오면서 많은 분들께서 민경은 나랑 결혼해까지도 올라오고 있는 그런 상황. 뭐 다양한 올라오고 있습니다. 특히나 전반적으로 영상을 통해서 우리가 느낄 수 있었던 것은
Okay, it looks like they're going to Q&A here. So that's it for the video, unless you guys want to listen to the Q&A. I actually have not listened to that myself. I don't know if there's anything actually worth listening there. There probably is stuff worth listening to there, but we're here for lore stuff. So, let's zoom back. Zoom back. Where is it? Finding that intro. Little splash art. There. Here we go. Why the lights? Okay. Found it. And also, Fee, you're here for this. Yay! Okay, so... My gosh, there's so much to kind of bring up and discuss with this. I need to bring up my notes. I had to take notes on this stuff earlier so I wouldn't lose track of things I need to at least cover for you guys. Okay, so Badger, you here?
Wall.
Okay, so from what we learned about what they told us about G27, we're basically going to visit one of the cities, the city of the city of the gods called Marius, which we haven't heard about until, well, we've heard about, but weirdly, it's not the one that was like the problem child, so we're going to this one first, for some reason. And for some reason, somehow we're encountering Declan's sister, who, as I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure they said she's dead, that she died, and that's why he's kind of jaded and like upset and like stopped being a royal guard because he couldn't save his sister, that sort of thing. So how is she here? You remember that too, right? Pretty sure
no. Declan said it himself. His sister died during the Black Moon attack in what was it, G24?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
she died because she got caught in the middle of it when trying to visit him.
Mm-hmm. So, how is she here? That's the big question. So,
our track record with redheaded ladies is not great.
Right? Oh, jeez. All right. Let me try this real quick. Unfortunately, I don't have. Oh my gosh, I am not using that. Sorry, I'm trying to open up a word picture thing in the background so I can write and we can track stuff. So, writing with a mouse is a pain. Okay, so words. Where are you? Stream. Hello. Let me lock that. Let me just shrink that down just a little bit so folks can kind of see things. I'm gonna cover up Patak. Sorry, Patak. But you're kind of like the least important NPC at the moment. That sounds mean. Well, we kind of... There's nothing that we can really work on much of him besides that he's possibly a furball that's just claiming he's a giant not to confuse people. So we have Maria's, which is also called Braylock. One moment. Where's my tablet? I need a tablet. I can't write like this. I cannot write like this. Sorry, you're gonna hear a bunch of movements. I need to move my microphone as well. Sorry, everyone's gonna be noisy for like a second. I cannot write like that. Where's the wire? Please, let me plug this in. Marius, Phalius, Findius, and Gorius is the other one. Badger, you can say this stuff out loud. This is now... We're totally in spoiler zones. We might be spoiling story elements. Okay, perfect. Yay! I can...
Hey, I'm just sharing the crack theory with you first.
Okay. I don't know if this is the correct spelling, so Maddie Professor, please don't freak out on me. We're waiting on like correct pronunciate or spellings for all this stuff. So right now I'm just writing it this way, because that's the best way I can remember how to like pronounce it, or word it. So Berlac, which is technically like 2 words. Okay, Badger, you're catching on to what I'm thinking. So, thanks to you with their brainstorming, I'm going to bring up their picture real quick just to show that this is the wonderful Gu's brain at Brylab. Yeah, Rabbit Professor, you're kind of in the right. Not brioche. You gooers. Gu's kind of thought on it. It was going to be a let's just go flagstone.
Brioche.
Stone. So we'll just quote this for now. This might be a kind of relevant thing. Okay. Yeah. So now here's the really fun part. So Brio. What is Brio? Brad, you're gonna hate this. As I pull up my Google Doc. I'm pulling up on the computer because it is kind of nutty stuff, but so Brio is spiritual energy, and I'm going to make this a kind of let's make let's go with orange, since apparently orange is important here. So, Brio equals spiritual energy. And how it is described, it is the essence of nature. That this is basically essence of nature. Okay. Hill of Leophal, perhaps? Temple of Leophal? Stone? Okay. Bring that thing. Okay, so you guys are kind of catching on to this. So the thing. Where's okay? Where was that better picture in the middle of the video? There was like it was right before the armor, the Sacred Knight thing popped up. Might be noisy in the background for a second. Sorry, guys. There, perfect. And I'm just going to screenshot this. Let's make this easy for ourselves. Let me just screenshot this. And let's just go into, slap it in here. And just pull this thing open. What did you do? Drop this below the chat so I can see everybody. And hide Gu's image for now. It's kind of there. So, just with terminology and stuff, we're basic. My first thoughts when I kind of got the information from Gu, and better context here. You see how there's like an altar in the background here? Perhaps Marius, this land of the gods, is technically a like the heart of nature location, or heart of, like, the Garden of Eden, as someone brought up earlier in chat, that this is basically the start of all life. So we'll just change the text color and say, because the generation is called gen equal Garden of Comfort. I also seen ease, peace, and tranquility. Bit words. So, one of this is kind of thing that the altar here is technically like the thing that kind of jump started life itself. So it is very nature related in that regards. So it's basically altar of nature. Kind of the birthplace of Brio and the spirits. I talk faster than I write. Cradle life, yeah. Cradle life. Nice. My handwriting is atrocious today. Yeah, that's already been done technically. So let me bring back the picture. So perhaps like all those crystals and things in the background, those could. What if those are all just Brio? Like, you know how we get the little Brio crystals and whatnot? It's all just crystallized spiritual energy that has accumulated and has basically created this place of overly nurtured nature and life. It's not too crazy, like, it's not... Yeah, that's Brio. But it's not like the force is going rampant because there's just too much life energy being imbued into the place. It just exists, but causes spiritual energy, aka spirits, to manifest. So, Declan's sister, who is dead, what if she's her spirit, or at least a projection of her spirit, is manifested in this area? Same thing with this Parallax guy. He might not even be alive. Basically, that's what we're getting at. These people might be dead. This might be the start of us like dealing with the realm of the dead and spirits that should not be there. Echoes, you're right. So there's that route. Then there's the more scary route. And this is why I think, let me just make this part. This is why I think this dude here is a bad guy. First off, he has very similar appearance to Delga. Just going to be honest there. Oop, let me get rid of that. So he might not be good. He also is apparently a priest, considering all of his garb here. So, and of course we have this deity, unknown deity back here. So, made a deal with a master lich. Yeah, it could. Didn't we already make a deal? Technically, didn't we already deal with that with Luke? What do you mean? So I went to the ERG upgrade NPC. Oh, yeah, I get what you're talking about. Yeah, it's possible that... Obviously, we might have repeating elements from previous generations. Lug did not come back. Lug came back from the deep. You're talking about Bella? No, he does not have elf ears, or we can't tell if he has pointy ears or whatnot. Oh gosh, I gotta lost my train of thought. G15. I will have to go refresh on G15. It's been years. I didn't. You mean G16? The whole thing with Bella and what's going on there? Yeah, the pig thing was sus, but still. So so here's another train of thought, and let me just write on top of this page. If we're going with the name of this is the Garden of Comfort, and this is a place of where people will be kind of put to ease and rest and live in tranquility and peace, essentially, then this is Geomedearch. Possibly. It's either their Geomedearch or they're an avatar of them. And this guy is basically in charge of kind of making sure the peace is kept. So perhaps when like the mercenaries all show up, we and the mercenaries show up, we're kind of causing ruckus, we're causing problems. Not that we're trying to be bad, it's just we're technically not a part of the tranquility of this place. And maybe this guy might just show up and cause problems further, so thus bring conflict. He might just be a complete outsider that's causing issues too. So we might end up having, like, the reason why Declan's over here, this guy, the sister might be present just to cause kind of attention, not tension, what's the word I'm trying to find? Okay, it might be a Taltian situation, vessel reincarnation. Maybe. But she might just be a manifestation to lull Declan into a sense of ease and tranquility, not realizing he's basically being mind manipulated to do so. Though maybe he doesn't quite fall into that easily, that sort of situation, or maybe becomes more hostile to try to get rid of him. So there's a few variations we could play around with when it comes to these guys, but all the terminology and stuff has been quite interesting. So the generation being called Garden of Comfort, and the fact that Burlock is like translates out to be kind of relating to Brio. We have some altar thing going on. We're definitely in for a very interesting generation, that's for sure. Another thing is the boss. So where's the picture of the darn horse? horse. Horse. Where are you, horse? There you are. Copy image. Paste. Ha. Okay, so the horse here. If we're going with the themes of, like, nature, let me just do it this way. Wow. If we're going with the themes of, like, spiritual energy, nature, and, like, abundant life sort of stuff, this could be related to Epona. I know, we're bringing in Epona of all things. But Epona is the goddess of horses and fertility, aka life. Nature and all that stuff. Basically, abundance and growing and all these things. But it also could be the Earthshaker, which is an otherworldly horse that belonged to Finn McCool, or it could be one of Kukulkan's horse. I can't say its name. It's like blah 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 words. Hi. But there's a few options for that. But this is apparently not the only boss. There's 3 bosses. So this might not be the last boss. This might just be... This might be the first one. The last one we don't even know yet. Oh, the face for the horse? Here. I can do this. Let's go with a bright orange. The head is right here. Ear. Eyes. I was drawing on the page, sorry. But yeah. Head, ear, hoof, butt, tail. Is that even visible in my stream? I should probably pick like a darker color. Let's go with like a dark blue. Yeah, that's more visible. So yeah, hoof, eyes, nose, head, mane. There you go, it has some fancy little fiery element floofs. It shows up well enough, sorry, to derail. No worries. We also get a good view with this picture of whatever all of this is. So here's all these crystals. It actually reminds me a lot of Hillwind crystals. These guys back here. Especially since they're like all pentagon shapes. So like basalt columns, but then there's like this melted, like flowy section here. And then there's these pink trees. Pinkish orange trees, it's hard to tell from this distance and with this lighting. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen. Obviously, so here's another thing. The reason I think there might be some spirits, souls, people might not be entirely alive, is the weapon set that's coming out is called the Soul Liberator. Right, Badger?
Wah wah.
Did you even hear what I said?
Yes.
So, a weapon set to be called Soul Liberator. Why are we liberating souls? Oh wait, what if there's souls just trapped here in this abandoned city of the gods by somebody who's manipulating the powers here? Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Side note, I found in the wiki where it mentioned Logan the Master Lich. It was indeed G27. Wiki is using the wording returning from the hereafter, implying the dead, and the Master Lich contract was evidently to get control of Pico's monsters. Mind you, Wiki could be wrong. Noted. Thank you for the reminder. I knew there was undead involved. I didn't know there was necessarily a Master Lich involved, but because it's been so long, and those middle generations, they happened a long time ago, so definitely need a refresh on that. Thank you. Okay, so put that back on screen. So now we get to talk about. I get to mention. Oh, wait. What did I just do? Oh, here, Badger. Let me stop streaming it in Discord. There's not really a point of continuing that. Where's my notes? It's in this server. So, when looking up, because when Marius was mentioned being one of the city of the gods, I looked up what was the last city of the gods. So we have. Let me just write this real quick. Go away, radio manual thingy. So we have Phalius, Phineas. Oh my gosh. I'm not touching it. Why are you triggering that menu? Marius. And Gorius. Alright, so we have all 4 cities. So we knew about Phalius and Phineas for ages. Those were like the first 2 name dropped in the game. Phalius, obviously, we ran into first back in Chapter 3, but I think Phineas was mentioned back in G1? Yeah, it was mentioned in G1 because Morgan and Keyhole had a little cat fight about it. So, we've heard nothing of the other 2. And of course, Phineas was always kind of a big question mark. We just know something bad befell Phineas. When we got the other 2 names, it was during Saga. Yes, Saga, the generation I purposely purged from my memory because I don't like the Saga generations because they were so... Badger, how would you describe them? Nope, I lost Badger. Well, basically, Sagas were very rough. Writing was really... Monkey Island trivia, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so during the final episode of Saga 2, or Saga 1, was it Saga 1? Pretty sure it was Saga 1. 2. Yep, Saga 2, there it is. In episode 6, Ritual and Sacrifice. Thank you to whoever wrote all this on the wiki. I'm pretty sure it was Soul, but thank you so much for this. So spoilers for Saga here as I read kind of this summary. Ruri assumes Tarlik is trying to use the power of the gods to sever the link between Eren and the ties it has to the gods again, but Tarlak recognizes that the destruction of the Soul Stream and Phalius is impossible, further stating that they need to do the exact opposite, by opening the door to the other cities of the gods, Phineas, Marius, and Gorius. He suggests that they could even open the door to a realm that governed by an entirely different god than Aton Shemini. By doing so, another entity would invade Eren and combat the gods, thus preventing them from meddling with the world and its inhabitants. So, juicy quote there. Everyone kind of assumed the Divine Knight Saga, the otherworldly deity or Metallideca deity that we dealt with during Divine Knights, was the only result caused by Tarlak, basically, well, Ruri and Tarlak kind of punching a hole in the sky. Yeah, basically open the window and let a wasp in to distract the spider. Correct. So everybody kind of assumed it was just the otherworldly deity showing up and causing issues, basically as a means of, I actually found the term, interspecies competition, which is a biological term for when 2 species use the same limited resource, and thus competition has negative effects on both sides. So, like, think of 2 birds that eat the same type of food. One's an invasive, one's not. But because they're both they both depend on the same source of food. They basically starve each other out. Maybe one will survive the end, but it'll be greatly weakened by the other, while the other one might fully die off, or they both die off. So, using that kind of mindset, that was what I think Tarlak was trying to do, is basically, let's bring in another god to fuck with our gods, so that they can't mess with things and possibly kind of cancel each other out. So, however, we just assumed it was the one door. We now have Phineas, which has always been a threat, but Murius is now open. We're going into Murius, one of the City of the Gods that was abandoned and closed up. So there's something there that is clearly a significant force that could be a threat to Eren. And technically, same thing with Phineas, which Phineas might be in the Torah Rot. It might be in the Torah Rot for all we know. And we have no idea what's going on with Gorius yet. We have yet to see or hear or get an inkling of information about that. So, no doubt, whatever is happening in Murius, this place of spiritual energy possibly, might be something very detrimental to the health of Eren. Yeah, a universe tournament of power. It might also have its own deities present. Even though it says it's been abandoned by the gods, there might still be some form of godly presence there that is basically just sleeping. So whoever this chick is, the goddess that we see in the background here, which a lot of people think this is Delga. I don't think it's Delga. That's like, feels like a way too easy answer, or easy scapegoat. Tell me how to invite Mr. Rogers to her team. The hair does kind of match her design. Yeah, it could be. Could be one of those Delga used as vessel scenario situation. Yes, that could be a situation. Though, let me find the picture of the marionette, because the marionette also kind of was a suspicious. Well, hold on a moment. Where is it? Sorry, you'll hear noise in a second. There it is. Grab a picture of that. Slap it in here. So this is the Soul Liberator marionette. Oh, what did I just do? Just gonna pull that up. I know it's like a shorter skirt and all, but it's usually there's a reason to why they made marionettes look the way they do. Like the Perseus marionette looks like Morphe for a reason, because that has to do with G23 and the Perseus set in general, Kraken and Manana's Island. So this could be whoever, or at least a marionette version of the person in the background. She has the outline of Dervla. Yeah. Oh, gosh. I don't want to deal with Dervla again. But if our berry band of mercenaries is going into Murius and dealing with, like, let's say a hive mind situation, because God of Peace, God of Peace stuff. Oh, how do you cause peace? Everybody must share the same mindset. Hee hee. Hive mind fun. We might end up having a situation where these echoes or people are basically constantly trying to get us to fall into that same mindset and possibly manipulate it. Declan might become susceptible to it. Considering he's in kind of a, let me minimize the puppet, considering he's in the prominent character position here. Hands down, this priest is the bad guy. Like, can we all agree he is I'm the Twitch hive mind, and that thought terrifies me. Yeah. Calling it now the villain is forming a cult of tragic redheads. So we're either dealing with like the realm of the dead stuff, or just spirits on the rampant sort of thing, god of peace, possibly mind manipulation. Again, there's a lot of possibilities. That's the kind of fun part of this entire stream is we get theory craft and wonder what's all happening. What are we doing here? What could possibly be in store for all of us? Though, one of the things I am quite interested in is we might actually see our Arcana characters start to get involved in the story. More memory shenanigans, yeah. Since the dungeon that is related to this generation, being the Brilak dungeon with the new weapons and everything, kind of has stuff that empowers Arcanas and make comment that you need Arcana skills for this and be different roles for it. So maybe we might get to see our Arcana NPCs join the main story finally. They kind of already are in their weird way, but they're still kind of separated from the actual generations. So I hope we get to see them, at least like the first group. So like have like Kowena and Eokod possibly pop in, since those were number 1 and number 2. I can't remember seeing this kind of plot before. We'll also put it this way. We may not be affected by it. Wait, oh shoot, I just realized this is basically the elf thing, isn't it? Oh no. Is wearing an Erican outfit, connection senses tingling. Well yeah, it's a priestly outfit. He's clearly a priest, so he's a priest for whatever deity is being worshipped here. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Also, fun fact, and I think unfortunately Badger's gone, so he can't verify this for me, but there was the notion the other day of like, why is this character familiar to us? Why does this character seem really familiar? And we realized I actually came out with a, so I run a homebrew D&D campaign that's based off Babby. And, let's see if I can pull a picture of it real quick. That'll do it. And one of the NPCs that the players have met, as I pull up a picture of him, is a priest for Geomedirarchs, the god of peace, and this is what he looks like. Because I put Gee, long-haired, blonde, great. I'm not quite sure on this eye color, but please know I do have pointy ears on this guy. So if this guy is an elf technically. If his guy has pointy ears, I will probably start panicking. But yeah, I'll probably have to be a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah. I swear I do not work for DevCat. I do not work for Nexon. I am just a fan, and I just host a D&D campaign and participate in another D&D campaign based off of Mabby. So I'm in 2 campaigns. And well, please say that we don't. I kind of feel like I should probably confirm to folks that I actually, you know what, let me just do this real quick, just for confirmation. This might be a bit challenging considering the my screen is warped. Okay, hide you. I need to extend this out. Wait, why is it not moving? Ah, shoot, that's the wrong program. Okay, hide you. That's the one I wanted. Stand out. So this is roll 20 that we use for D&D. Just so. Let me bring up characters. Where are you? Where are you? Where is it? Temple. So, this guy, he's there. Yes, this is Connaught. I made a kingdom of Connaught because I wanted my players to explore different areas. So this is one of the priests they ran into there, and he is very much a meek guy. I don't have the other NPCs ready yet, but I have like, where is it? Ziggurat. All these different characters here. I have deities, a bunch of deities. I don't mind sharing this. So let's see, I have Obcon, I have Mork, Danu, Boan, don't question Truckfang there, but the Core, Reapers, Winter Hag, etc. So a lot of different characters. Some are familiar, some are not. I even have Devonish. Because one day we're gonna get yes, Winter Hag. That's the players. I came up with these characters for Furbolgs originally because this is before like the Furbolgs actually got revealed. I basically depict them as like just people with antlers and were very much more druid-esque characters. That was kind of my vibe for them. I'm just scooching over character things. I even have Leinster and Munster characters. And then Dumby! Yes! I literally have like a full world map for all of this stuff. Let me move this back over. I have so many maps. I was very busy. This was a campaign that I was running for 2 years, and technically I'm still running it, just so we're in kind of a break hiatus time. Oh! Hi, Critical Fire! Thanks for the raid! Where is it? Departed. I made Dumby. Good. We're discussing lore and everything, and quickly I'm just showing folks that I actually do have a full D&D campaign for Mabby, based off Mabby, in the background. So if people hear me make comments of why is this like a character, it's because I might have made a character like it. Oh, I should show you guys the Bangor map. The Bangor map looks cool. Where are you? Port Cobb and Bangor. That's not it. Where is it? Did I lose him? Oh no, it's in wintertime is why. Bangor! Why? Screen. Hiding it all the way over there. Ugh. I tried. Anyway, let me go ahead and pop out of that. And get back to port and stuff. Where's my art program? Which got moved accidentally. everything's back in place, kinda, sorta, maybe. So let's get. All the crazy. Oh my gosh, what is happening right now? There we go. My art program is revolting against me. So yeah, we went over a lot. We talked about a lot. We have a lot of theories. So, anything you want to add, Badger? Any extra thoughts or anything? Because what did you message me about?
Well,
Ooh. I'm pretty sure at the end of G26, so Badger messaged me saying, like, are we sure there's other Furbolgs alive? I'm pretty sure at the end, and the final cutscene for G26, Delta is talking to another Furbolg. Like, I'm positive that's the case. So, I'm sure there's others, and yeah, where did they migrate to? Where are they? So that's why I'm surprised we haven't seen Kanata yet, because it's been so highly referenced that they're likely there, but we haven't seen them yet. We don't even have Kanata yet. So hopefully we get to see that soon. Obviously it's not part 1, because you know, if the devs are going to give us a brand new continent to explore, that is going to be like the big selling point of the generation, saying, hey, guess what? A new region to explore, here we go. So it's not going to be a part 2 thing. It's going to be a part 1 release. Please note, I will gladly be proven wrong about this. So, yeah, obviously we were going to Maria's, the city of the gods first. And quite frankly, if this is like a mind control thing or a mind messing, you think you're at peace, you think you're at tranquility, you think everything is comfortable and everything's okay, and you basically fall into like an apathy of everything's alright, I don't need to worry about anything. I think that's going to be the scary part. If it's like an apathy thing. Where you just don't care about stuff anymore, and it kind of just lulls you into basically just wasting away. That could be scary. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Oh, that would actually be really terrifying. I'm not thinking of like the apathy thing, which, wait a second. If we go the apathy route, then hey, Shefra, you can finally be a lazy bum. Actually, I wonder if he would even be affected by that, since he's always kind of like, about shit already. That could be a funny loophole to events. But obviously we have this Patak, giant, possibly Furbolg warrior that's going to be causing us problems. And the fact that he has that, what is it, it's just a single side axe. The Soul Liberated axe. I so hope if he actually uses that in the generation, and that when he first smacks us with it, it just yeets us. I know people are like, no, we're the Hero Militia, and we're supposed to be all powerful. It's like, yeah, I get that, but there's times when we need to be humbled. I really wanted to see us just get completely just like, dink, you're gone.
I would like to note, it should be in an interesting way. I remember them pulling this kind of thing in Saga, and I hated every second of it.
Oh, yes. Make it one of those things, like, don't make it like it's a fight where we can't do any damage and we get, like, one-shotted. No, just have this be a random cutscene thing where this guy just shows up and I kind of just want to see him kick us off a cliff. Just wham! It's like, where the frick did this guy come from? And we're just gone. We're not dead, we're not defeated, and just everyone's else like, Militia? Shoot, okay. And turn into like an RP quest. Since we have like Ein and Shefra here fighting against this guy, turn into an RP quest where we're fighting as Ein against him. As a normal person, and just have us climbing back up the cliff like, what the heck just hit me?
Is he wielding an axe or a hammer?
Apparently it is an axe. Now that I'm looking at it, I can't tell. I thought it was the hammer, but I think it's the double-sided hammer or double-sided axe thing. I want that just be a funny like series of cutscenes. We get yeeted off a cliff in an instant without even realizing it. We're fine. We survive, and when we just have the RP mission of as Ein trying to survive against this guy that's doing such ludicrous damage and attacks. Like, what is happening to us? What is going on? Why is he attacking us? And then finally, our character just pops their head up over the edge, having climbed back up. It's like, ah, what just happened? Okay, now it's time for me to kick this guy's ass. I think that would just be a fun turn of events. Not necessarily saying that we're weak or anything, just we got blitzed. Blindsided, blitzed, and yeeted. That could be just so humorously fun, too. It is the new axe, yeah. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all that we have to discuss. We talked about a bunch of things. Obviously, we gotta check out Unreal and the neatness of all that. So unless there's something else that you guys can think of, or like theories you want to toss out, that's kind of the time to do it. That's for you too, Badger.
Wah wah.
I guess you don't have anything else to add. Let's see. Who's online? Who shall we go see? Whoa. Oh, there's quite a few people online tonight. Alright. Will be interesting to see if the astrologer system comes up in the gym. That is true. If the astrologer system, especially since it's a whole... I won't spoil that. We are getting astrologer next week, and I will be streaming that storyline. Unfortunately, it won't be next week because, well, I stream on Mondays before the update. But afterwards, the following Monday, I will do the storyline. We'll be having some fun there. So let's see. Who should I raid tonight? Let's go with them. Alright, so we're going to head on out, guys. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad you guys had a fun time and enjoyed listening to me yak. See you guys around. Let me put this up. There we go.
Okay,